Light me up. Never backing down.
Who's got what it takes right this second?
Look at that crowd here.
Evo is love. The people come back because this event is unlike anything else in the entire video game world.
This is crazy, so close. Oh!
Betting on the big read.
Let's go.
And he was one hit from beating both.
Very close.
One button.
Very close. Oh, wow.
He was so close.
Concentrating so hard, he's thinking, what can I do?
These guys are playing for the big money.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it.
He looks nervous.
Who wants more? Light me up. Never backing down. Who wants more? Never backing down.
Oh my, the perfect attack!
Oh, my goodness. Yo, my brain is about to explode, dude.
Nobody wanted to see it go down like that.
I like that.
I hope that he has what it takes to continue the fiery, explosive play.
The old man still got it in him.
I have not breathed in the past 50 seconds.
But Washiga thinks it's over!
You're not like this. What are you
Standing up for! Oh my God! He came here to play!
Welcome everybody to EVO 2022. It is Saturday. Good morning and thank you so much for joining us. My name is Flexus and I am joined by my favorite soda, St. Cola.
That's the setup that you need to put me on like
I
that?
know.
That's how you gonna start with that kind of energy? That's
Of
crazy.
course.
Dang, you hit me with the nice stuff. I appreciate you. We've been commentating for
I
years, and it's
know.
great to be on the big stage at EVO,
Absolutely.
watching some live with that Street Fighter 5. And we do mean live as we are out here in the mud trying to see who's going to get that top 8 spot, if not higher on the dot. But I'll tell you one thing. We've already seen some stuff in the pools. We've been early with it. So, you know, you do get the 0-2ers and 1-2ers and stuff like that, who are the most important people in the FGC, you know. But we have seen some blow-ups a little bit.
Yeah.
One of them, again, was Just a Kid fighting DCQ early in the pools, put him in the losers. Then we saw Kaba get taken down by Uzura, the Ryu player, sponsored by Kawano, in the most ridiculous way. The DP hurled across the land, dog. That was one. If y'all didn't see it, make sure you're watching all the VODs back at EVO, because that DP was one of the most ridiculous mental things I've ever seen in my life. But the action ain't gonna stop there. It's gonna keep going, keep spicy hot on the red dot, and we're gonna take you through the action with it. I will say though, this is my favorite year of Street Fighter 5.
I know.
So if this is the final year,
I know.
if this is the kind of energy we're gonna see,
Absolutely.
it's gonna be ridiculous with it.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. We've seen a lot of personality too, so not just talent but personality. I don't know if you guys caught yesterday, but we even had somebody dressed as Darth Vader.
Dressed as Darth Vader?
Didn't play Luke. They missed the opportunity, but they still did pretty good. Seen a lot of heavy hitters too going through the bracket. Takedo did amazing. We had a lot of really good talent, but a lot of good talent coming up as well. So it's going to be really exciting. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us as we open up your morning. So make sure, sit down, drink some Red Bull, and enjoy the show.
Exactly. You know, nothing goes better with coffee than crush counters.
Oh,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, again, thank you for everyone joining. And all the players that are out here, too. Thank everybody for coming back after, you know, the hiatus. We had the online EVO, which is great, and we had that filler, which is fantastic. But now it's tournament art time. The training is done. Less excuses off the board, and now we're going to get more in store with the Street Fighter V getting off the deck, and this is so great. Look at that, the nods, acknowledging that there's another person on the other side.
I know. I mean, it's been a couple of years. So 2019 was the last EVO we were gifted with, but coming into 2022, it's been a long time coming, and I'm sure everybody is excited and more. Not to mention, too, we're getting to see international players going against each other. So it's not just your locals, it's not just your West Coast, your East Coast, not just your EU, it's everybody in between across the world.
You know, we definitely had that NA versus EU. And, yo, after that, I'm saying, Marie, I'm there do fromage. I'm pouring the EU now, baby. But, you know, y'all can talk about that on the tour right now. We're talking about this first match of the day, Street Fighter V EVO 2022 pool play. Let's get it.
All right, we got old school versus new school. We've got the Luke versus the Guile. This is going to be an interesting matchup. Obviously, you got some zoning going on. Now, Luke wins when it comes to the fireball game. He's got one of the best fireballs in the game as of right now, but we know that Guile can really control the spacing. But right now, Viet going against Uzi? We'll go with Uzi.
Uzi. All right. I think I played that a little bit in ranked, and I've seen this Luke play pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. He's already getting into the jump in, charge knuckle, doesn't get the fireball follow-up. As soon as I say that, that's commentator's curse right there. He's in a good prime position.
Absolutely. Going in with the neutral here. Big throw and one hit could touch. Ooh, that does it.
Luke has so many ways, like on wake up, that you have to worry about.
I know.
So many moves. Back medium punch, standing heavy kick with a medium, things like that. Yeah, getting the first one.
Not at all. Right. Oh, beautiful start to the round here coming in from Viet, but I know this is what we're going to be seeing a lot of, right? You're going to be seeing the Sandblaster outbeat the Sonic and we're at least counter it. So Luke is really going to be able to control the space here, especially if he can get in up close and personal. He wants that face-to-face view.
We'll see what it do. Now caught in the corner. Oh, we stay at medium vegan.
Oh,
again, missed the fireball. It's the second time.
I know. Oh, no, that could have been a big punish, but still able to pick it up. The 3-second rule here and closing out the first match.
Still strong with it. Even though you took that match like that, you definitely got to go back and be like, I got to get everything right and tight. Because we might be seeing Uzu wake up a bit. It's a little morning, early in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that coffee ain't kicked in, but you still get that win. Now, I'd like to see more of the preemptive buttons coming from the Guile player. You got to stop. You see the meet, the fireball. Get a little bit up close and personal. Back this early preemptive to get the crush and the follow-ups. But back in the corner we go. We done saw this move before.
I know. And a lot of confidence here, too, coming from Viet. You know, got a lot of great corner pressure. This is where he excelled before. Got the stun. Man, I bet he is feeling good tonight. Or today, I should say. He had a good rest last night.
Oh, yeah. He got the full 9 hours of his hold on. I'll go ahead and said 9 instead of 8. Like, my man, the extra one to get it done. And the last hit to do off the medium kick, Viet on set point.
Yeah, and you gotta think too, like, to start off your day on stream, first match, and you're doing so well, you're gonna be feeling good if you're Viet, but again, you know, we came back from worse here. Uzi just needs to make some small adjustments, especially when it comes to holding this pressure from Luke.
Yeah.
Beautiful flash kick.
We see more of that, especially in the anti-air, right? My man's been jumping and get that win, deny him the airspace.
No, you're absolutely right. That's the big thing, too. Having the control and the spacing. Unfortunate big punish on the flash. Or not the flash, the Sonic Boom.
Really like being able to have these charge combos, too, as well. You know, getting that maximum amount of damage. Off the medium punch. Medium starter puts him in the corner. Call the corner. It might be a wrap. Oh, the stun. And just like that, make him see stars like Hollywood Boulevard. It is a wrap.
Bringing it back. Yeah, closing it out. What a great way to start the day. We get some Luke action. Newest, I was going to say, newest character of the Street Fighter V roster here and going to be leading us into Street Fighter 6. So I always like to think about, too, you know, as people who have a Luke main, are they going to be carrying that into the next game?
They must be super happy to know that the character is still good. He lost that back medium punch, I think. I had one of my homies, Eli, check it out, and he said the back medium punch is gone, which is funny because Mira said, you know, his significant other was like, good because it's such a good button.
Yeah.
But like he has other stuff in that game
Oh,
that
absolutely.
still makes him relatively strong.
Yeah.
So like you said, like it's good to have a character that carries over. So if you're a Luke main and you're already having a blast right there, being top tier out here, you're gonna be happy when your character's over Street Fighter 6.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But there's a lot of characters coming into the roster too. We got Chun-Li, we have Ryu as well, and Guile.
I gotta play on Chun-Li immediately. You're like Chun-Li.
Chun-Li. Yo, but to be honest, coming into Street Fighter 6, I'm actually gonna be a Jamie main.
You'll be a Jamie main?
Yeah, I love him.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody loves that character.
Oh yeah, he's stylish. He's fun.
He is pretty fun.
Oh.
That's the problem though. Everyone's gonna start playing that character and like, well, for me, it's like, I'm going to be original. Let me just like pick, maybe if you have like this weaker, like mid-tier character that nobody knows, that'll be me. But we'll see what the roster's going to be. Personally, since I'm on like the Evo stage, can I say it? I want Rolento. Give me Rolento. Yo, chat, come on, let's go. Give me Rolento. Am I right? We want to see Rolento back. Thank you. Anyway, let's get to this next play on the deck. Really happy, as you had pointed out, to see all the international play that we have for Street Fighter 5, even for the last year.
Yes.
Maybe not as much as people wanted just in general, but we do have a lot of players who are out here. And seeing like the US versus the world, or everybody versus everybody, really.
I know.
Speaking of that, like Wolfgang took down Human Bomb. Human Bomb came out of retirement.
Yeah.
I saw him on stream. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna come out and run play. And then Wolfgang on his his Twitter, he's like, I got Human Bomb. I put him down to losers.
Yeah.
My man looking like Gunna out here.
I mean, to be honest, too, I was going to say, Wolfgang is a really talented Blanca player. He's got some crazy setups, and it is hard to lock that player down.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see him, as well as a lot of talented players, move through the bracket. Like I mentioned before, Tokido yesterday absolutely killed it. Just looks so strong, so confident, and so at ease, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, we see that with a lot of veterans. So
just like,
yeah, exactly. You got the morning stretches.
Just like body like 5 dudes and just go back to my apartment or whatever hotel and just chill.
Right, yeah, playing with like one hand behind his back, you know?
You know what's really funny is that you say that, and I saw him after his pool just making content, streaming, like, just like looking at everything. I was like, yo, Tokido, what's up? He's like, yo, what's going on? And then he's like, and that's also the cool thing too, is seeing all the players, like, they have their streams out. I actually saw Aru, who is the Japanese commentator.
Oh, yeah.
As y'all would know, is like the other voice of Street Fighter 5 right now, Street Fighter 6, I should say. And I got to play some sets with him, and he like had his stream with him.
Oh,
so they all got to see me get body, and I was like, oh,
never mind.
Man.
Not as cool. Not as cool.
Yeah, that's not as cool. If I didn't believe in Zeku after playing him, I do now. But the character's really good. In fact, all the characters Street Fighter 5 are
I know.
really good.
They're really well balanced coming into the season, and I think that's the beauty of it, right? This is the last season for Street Fighter 5, and that's the beauty of it too, because you have like characters that have their strengths and weaknesses. Now, mind you, you definitely have some characters that struggle a little bit more in the roster.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the most part, there's very few matchups that we're seeing that really are like 7-3.
Right. The real 7-3. Because
Exactly.
new school people are like, this is 7-3. Unless it's Geek versus Sim or something close to that, you are not playing a 7-3. You do not know what a 7-3 is. Go play Third Strike. Go play Street Fighter 2 to know what a real 7-3, 8-2, 9-1 is. They don't know what that stuff is.
I've never heard of a 9-1, at least not in Street Fighter 5.
No, that don't exist. There's so many tools in Street Fighter 5 to make sure that you can thrive, that you have a chance. V-trigger one of them. It's the way that's balanced right now, especially with things being a lot more whiff punishable.
Yes.
Yeah, V-shift and V-break.
I was about to say, yeah.
Those things make it more stable in a game that I think was more chaotic at the very beginning.
Oh, absolutely.
It can be chaotic, but if you utilize, good innate defense, the good systems that you have, and good bar usage, you'll be all right.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the introduction of V-Shift, especially coming into this game right at the end, I think that's added a really fun flavor to the roster, especially like when you're comparing against characters that are normally really strong, like Laura as an example.
Yeah.
You can't get hit with the grappling anymore. You can't get hit with the command
so
grabs. I'm feeling a lot better now. I'm like, I don't want to say she deserved it, but
yes, she did. Sorry, Idom. You know what's so funny that you say that? Because Idom on his stream, if you even say the word V-shift or V-break, he will go into a tirade. I've never seen Idom mad until there was a one time where he fought Arturo, right?
Yeah.
And Arturo beat him, and he went on a 30-minute tirade. And this is Idom, who does not get mad at anything. He's so chill. Like after his pools, he'll go out to eat. I'm like, do you need to practice? Like, no, I'm good. But this dude got on a long tirade about V-shift and V-break. He's like, I can't just grab people anymore. He's like, this is a broken mechanic. Obviously, he's like, he's joking mostly, but there's a little anger up in there. But those system mechanics are definitely what lead this game to be more balanced.
Absolutely.
And it's one of those things where is you kind of wish it was there before, but
Yeah.
the game had to evolve to a point to allow that mechanic to be a necessity. So
Yeah.
like, I think it's the best year of Street Fighter V.
Oh, I 100% agree. I 100% agree. And when we look at, the history of Street Fighter V and looking at every season coming up to this point, all the way from Chun air legs being plus on block, all the way now to...
Don't remind me.
Trust me, I miss those fond days. But, we look at the history of the characters and the growth, and you mentioned that, looking at the growth of the game overall, and I think it's at a perfect position to welcome in Street Fighter 6. And I know there's some Street Fighter 6 setups here. Have you had a chance to play?
I will today.
All right.
I saw the line. I was like, there's no way that I can get through that line. But I was like, where my badge? I was like, there's a little talent right here.
I know, right? The only time I want to flex being a commentator is just so I can go play some Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, but we're so busy that the commentators have a lot of blocks out here,
Absolutely.
which is great because Evo is enabling us to be able to have a lot of blocks and commentate things and really represent the games that we have been on for years upon years, months upon months. That in a good way, we are very busy. So it is hard to get games. I have been hearing from people that have played it already that they love it. Like people that had, maybe worries about drive impact being too ridiculous, even parry being too ridiculous, that they're like, it feels really good right now. And some of the tiny move things. Like if you play a new game, you're like, everything that you play usually when it's new is amazing. But it feels like everybody's walking away happy and will probably be happy if they continue along this path.
Yeah, and not to mention too, looking at the open world aspect of Street Fighter 6, I think that's so interesting.
In Metro City?
I know.
I'm a big Final Fight fan, so when they said that, I was like, yo, let's go. They showed Dan up the top, my man at the top of the building. I was like, nah, you got to put him in. Don't show me that character as an NPC. He better not be a quest giver. If he's a quest giver, I'm not playing. I'm sorry. He better be an actual character playable in the game.
Okay, quest giver, but he wears the eggplant costume.
The eggplant costume?
Yeah, his best costume. What are you talking about?
Why didn't you put that in the game? That's actually the wildest one. All right, now we're getting into it with the match.
Yes.
Rashid versus Laura.
Ooh, this is interesting. Highly mobile character, and we mentioned Laura earlier, as a grappler, as throwing out command grabs left and right, sunspin wheel. It'll be interesting to lock Rashid down. So, but at the same time, too, right? As Rashid, you kind of want to play back and forth. You want to be in their face as a rushdown character, but you don't want to stay there. So it's going to be a little tricky.
Yeah, I like medium kick range for Rashid overall.
Yeah.
I like we saw this yesterday when Royal King was fighting GCT, and it went down to the wire. As a Rashid player, you do win this matchup, but it's harder because your EXDP is a lot slower, so you can't use it as a real reversal. They can threaten you on knockdown. You still can wake up 3-frame if it's not real. If, it's not real Oki and things like that, you can challenge. But I still, Rashid himself has been, I don't want to say nerfed, drastically in other ways. Like V-Shift obviously hurts him on his own hand. You can react to whirlwind and stuff like that. So it's not going to be like, it's, this matchup 6-4 or whatever, it's over.
Absolutely. And we've got One Sound versus the Niner Gang.
The Niner Gang. The whole Niner Gang is from the Street Fighter 4 days? Let me find out.
That or maybe the football team?
I'm not a sports person. People say sports to me. I don't know what the hell's going on.
All
I only know is the Bulls back in the day. That's all I know. The XDP. That's why you got to keep it meaty.
Yep, going in with the activation here. I wonder if we'll go with the cross of the chase down, though. Oh, air to air. Do it twice. The V-shift in the corner with the break on the throw. All right, Niner Gang, he took his vitamins this morning.
I like those challenges in the air-to-air right there. More damage coming from the side of Laura. Able to survive that V-trigger situation.
I like the check with the jab right after, right? Continue to take your turn and continue to check the momentum.
See, One Sound going to the skies a little bit too much. Now he's going down to the ground. Trying to hold north, now he's going south. EX fireball to set up shop.
Yep. All right, going in with the, ooh, okay, missed the throw. Oh no, okay. That was scary for a second. I was like, oh, I could have been punished, but hey, that works out. Niner Gang takes it. First match.
Niner Gang doing a good job of staying solid in the face of a ridiculous Rashid that is getting rambunctious.
Yeah.
My man, run the EXDP like it's the previous season. But there is good reason sometimes if it's not super meaty, you can throw that sucker out. Still a DP. The is on when the frames get active like that. So we'll see if you can get a little bit less active and not get hit so much.
Yeah, you really have to be able to space out Laura in her range, right? And we're seeing a little bit of punishment here. Oh, beautiful air. And I like this continuous pressure. This is where Laura excels. She's able to stay in your face and bully you.
Mm-hmm. You won't get too close, too.
No.
That's a good command grab. Nice punish with the sunset wheel side switch, too.
Oh, finally, we get to see a little bit of opening up. Drop the combo, but oh no, big punish.
The panic, like you on the Titanic, and you're sinking. One touch, the air-to-air right there once again gets the win. Niner doing a fantastic job of staying really solid in these scrambles.
Yeah, and I mean, we can talk about, too, the fact that when you're playing on EVO stage, you are the first match of the day, right?
That's
so
true.
pressure is on. So you might be making some mistakes here, but you got to be able to calm your nerves. Take a breath, but
Ooh,
I mean, you're going to have a few seconds in stun.
You could do that during loser side. Because you almost one touch. Oh, the side switch with it, yo.
Oh, right.
Yo, you get nasty out here, grimy. It's that early, dog. That's how you feeling slimy? That's how you feel?
Oh, yeah.
It's pools, relax. But just like that, Niner takes it. And, you know, as you pointed out, like, honestly, you are on the main stage of EVO. You've flown out. Maybe you had a long night, things like that. You already see them talking about the match, which is really good. One of the great things about being offline. But, you know, these players, like, nerves are a thing. Like, watching the Kaba match yesterday, I feel like nerves actually got to Kaba. Where in a situation that he would not be. But when you are presented with a chance to win EVO, a chance to win a CPT spot on the dot, you get a chance you have to fight all these top-level players, international players, it's no longer regional stuff. It's a lot in the line. It's hard to stay fine. It's hard to be not shaky. So these are players that maybe making mistakes that they wouldn't usually for that reason.
Yeah, and not to mention, too, we're talking about the fact that we're coming back into EVO after, what, 3 or 4 years, right? So, you know, there is going to be a little bit of unfamiliarity. This is some people's first tournament in person.
Yeah.
You know, we had the reign of being online for so long.
We all online warriors. See me online offline. That's how it was. That's how it might be eventually. But to be honest, you're absolutely right. This might be your first EVO, you make it your first tournament, and they're like, get on the stage, go play.
It's traumatizing.
The people getting in the back watching you, people on stream.
I know.
But I'll tell you one thing. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. You being out here is so important. 0-2, 1-2, 2-2, doesn't matter. As long as you come through, that's what matters the most. And that you're coming out here in person and playing will make you a stronger player than anybody that might be hating in the chat and stuff like that, being like, that person, I would have actually got an optimal punish and all that stuff like that. These people are out here spending their hard-earned money to play on a big stage. Because when you're playing at home and mom's delivering you some dino nuggets and stuff like that with the Mountain Dew, like, you know, right by you, that's easy. You're like, Mom, need more nuggets. Need more nuggets.
All right, but are we talking about ketchup or barbecue sauce for dipping?
Barbecue sauce.
Oh,
you might use ketchup as a demon.
Oh, yeah.
You a demon if you use ketchup.
You built different and not in a good way.
Not in a good way. Constructed unusually.
Yeah, we're going to get canceled now over our ketchup slander.
Don't tell me there's actually someone there that likes playing ketchup, though. Like, that's impossible.
I think there's some people out there, right? I think there's some people out there.
This is one of the times where I'm glad I'm not looking at the stream chat.
I know, right?
This is one because you know me, I'll look at this, I'll look at y'all, but I know y'all there's some contrarians in there being like, oh, well, actually, I really love a little nice dabble of ketchup. No, get out of here. I bet you cooked your steak well done. Anyway, let's see who's going to get cooked up in this match coming up. And again, this is EVO 2022 Street Fighter 5. We're still in the pools, the second day of play. We're going to be on and on. And as these pools get on and on, start getting some fire matches. We already got a few. We already talked about that. The Wolfgang versus Human Bomb.
Yep.
The Just a Kid versus DCQ. And a few other ones that we maybe either didn't get to catch on stream or we just have to watch the VODs. But as we get more and more these brackets, people will start going home, start getting sad.
I know. It'll be interesting, too. I'm curious to see what these players pick. Oh, we're going to see another Rashid here going in with a different color switch, but versus the Rose. Shout out to Filipino man. Saw him play yesterday. Absolutely killed it. Looked extremely strong, extremely confident with his Rose plays. So big shout out to him. But yeah, I'm kind of curious to see. I don't know this matchup very well. We don't see a lot of Rashid anymore. You know, he had his high life for quite a while. But yeah, we don't see him as much.
It's weird because I went to Gotcha's stream and asked him like during when the patch had first dropped, and he had said he didn't think Rashid is that weak, but maybe not as strong as previously. And then you just look on a tier list, the character's still in like top 10, right? He's not top 3 or top 5 like he used to be, but he's still in that top 10 spot. I think now it's less about him like having 5-5 matchups and him actually losing some matchups. Like now I think Ed actually powers him, as Logan would say.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a bit interesting here, but we're not seeing some Ed play. We are seeing some Rose. We're going to have to see if Ramasama.
Yo,
Ramasama.
Bro, the masks are so, it's so hard to recognize people I did not know who that was until the name came up. That's my boy Rama. Let's go. That's a Marvel player right there. Of course he will play the Rashid. He has done so for years upon years, so he's definitely one of the last remaining ones to get it done. But he has done some work out at some other tournaments. CEO, Combo Breaker.
Yeah, and it looks like Fiolala just looking a little stuck here in the corner, not really finding an opportunity to set anything up. Even held on to that V trigger, and it's unfortunate because he's not going to be able to carry that into the next round.
Can't put that in the doggy bag.
No.
Gotta get it here.
No takeouts today, but I'm curious to see what the adjustment's going to be. Oh, big crush counter already. Such a strong start from Ramasama.
Yeah, he's always going for Eagle Spike for the Oki and the corner carry. Now you got to stay where you do not want to be put in the corner against Rashid.
No. All right, finally throwing out some Soul Sparks here. I like that as an answer. It gives you a little bit of that room to breathe, especially when you're trying to find your way out of the corner. But, hey, we've got our way back into it, especially with some of this pressure from Rashid going in with the V-trigger activation.
Oh, stay sucker free. I like the idea, but that Tornado too active this season for good reason. Now the fade away and play, fold them like an omelet.
Yep. Hey, the throw's going to do it. Even though sometimes you want to take it, that would not be the case.
That information, that tactic, you don't do like at the very end to get the win. Like that, you gotta do that a little bit earlier in the round when you don't have no health. But then again, you call up in the corner against Rashid. You have like quote unquote DP, but it's not a real one. You get outside that corner. You saw the EX Soul arrow, like that didn't do enough in terms of getting outside the corner. So
yeah, and not to mention too, lost the V trigger activation because of the tornado. So you lose another opportunity to find your way out of the corner. And here we are back in the corner again. Got the stun.
Oh man, getting it done. That was nasty off the backboard. Harlem Globetrotters. Oh, the back up here's the perfect KO. Ramasama not letting dog play. I haven't seen a button all damn day from Theo.
No, looking like a slam dunk coming into this, and this is set point here for Ramasama. Oh, and a beautiful roll under the fireball. That's the way to counter that. I mean, that negates that completely.
And that's a big portion of her game plan, as you pointed out, is using the fireballs.
Yep.
But you about to fall with the cross up, EX, DP, back in the corner you go, start paying rent. Again, off the backboard situation, get that stun and done.
Okay. Oh, unfortunate, because had the block on the cross-up, but got hit. And this Rose doesn't have any thorns. Unfortunate for Fiolala, but Ramasama going to be moving on.
Yeah, I think Ramasama definitely win the match like that. You can't throw out the fireballs. The V-skill going right underneath. In the corner, pressure was just too much. Again, as you were pointing out, some Rashid players maybe not so active. And even this was a character that people had when he was at his apex. They didn't really play that much, which is kind of weird to me because he was definitely top tier for season after season. But Ramasama knowing how to exploit the things that the other character does, avoid their win conditions. I would like to see some review reversals just overall in the corner and some more avoidance. And when you know that that person does have the anti-fireball play, stay away from throwing out the fireballs. Don't put don't put down the plasma. Just avoid that. Use maybe more than normals. As you pointed out, Filipino man really good about that. So Theo, I hope they look back at their match and say, maybe I need to use more of the buttons.
Yeah, and it looked like a little bit of struggle there too, relying too much on the V-trigger. Sometimes that can actually be a detriment. You have the meter there, and you have it for a multitude of reasons, right? You can V-shift, you can V-reversal. So those are some opportunities to be able to get your way out of the corner. But, yeah, as you mentioned, just not quite utilizing those tools. Again, it's early morning, right? We're still waking up.
It was shaky. It's all shaky. I was shaky in casuals today, too. You know, it's funny. I played somebody. I was, like, playing Zeku for a little bit. Because, you know, I was like, okay. He's playing Han, like he just beat my booty. And I'll tell you one thing. I said, I need Luke. So I went over to Luke.
Get out of here.
I still lost. But
okay. I was about to say, Cola.
It was not going to lead into me winning, but I definitely am a Luke player now. But, you know, we'll see who's going to be playing right now. I do think that is Mylin. Might be my friend. I believe that might be. Again, with people with the mask, it's so hard to tell who they are. Like, I've been looking at people. I got to go, I do like that stuff.
I know. I'm like, I promise I'm not being rude. I'm staring to figure out who you are.
Exactly. Like, I know who you are. Right. You know, your hair color and stuff like that. It's perfect. It's easy, right? People know who I am because they my afro. But I don't know who other people are. So some of their defining features, like some people, like, who was the person I saw? Gotcha-kun I saw from a distance. I was like, oh, wait, he's here? I was like, is that actually Gotcha-kun? Is that? I had to get real close. I'm like, okay, how you doing? But this is Mylin. Let's see what his opponent is here in a second.
Yeah. Now, I think it's interesting too, right? We mentioned again and again, it's been 3 years. 3 years since EVO 2019. And I think for me, we built so many connections online. So
that's what we met. Well, no, we met before that. We met
a little bit before that, right? But that's how you and I came to be on mic together so many times. So And that's the beauty too of the fighting game communities. You make all these friends online, but you know, now you have to be able to fit the face with the screen name.
Yeah. Be like, oh, you're a human being now, not just like a CFN name. Which actually, I feel like if you just think of them as a CFN name, it makes you play better because you're like, oh, you're actually just the nicest human being I've ever met in my life. Like Stupendous, he a Geef player, and I don't like no Geef players, but Stupendous is like the nicest person that you'll ever meet. And I'm like, man, it's hard to hate you, bro. It's actually hard to hate you. It's actually, it's the same with like Chris CCA.
Yeah,
like, these Luke players out here, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why I said I'm a Luke player too now. But anyway.
Yeah, but speaking of Luke coming into it, Luke versus Laura.
Round 1.
All right. Island.
Versus Scorpion 702. I'm ready with the big strong start.
Mylan's definitely, we talk about people that have been playing online and the practice and stuff like that. I know Mylan's been playing a lot on the online tournaments and stuff, getting top spots. Has won a few tournaments too as well. It'll be season that used to be going on, the Casas and such. Been pretty active. So when we talk about lore players, everyone always just goes right to IDOM, but Mylan's definitely done enough work to be in that contention of like top level lore players.
No, I mean you're absolutely correct. As well as Marine, right? Another top level lore player, really strong. So hey, there's some heavy hitters out here. We get the pleasure of witnessing it right now. But Mylan's gonna stay strong. Oh, no punish, that V-shift.
Oh my God, the throw though. And I like them going for the V skill too, to blow up command grabs and normal throws. I'm gonna be wary and scary of that option.
Yeah, I honestly thought he was gonna get blown up for that, but no, the V-shift coming in, especially negating the electric charge here.
Hold on now, this Luke player kind of working on my end.
I know, but I mean that's the beauty, right? Luke is such a strong character in the roster. I mean, busting out with it on top of that.
Oh, the flip out scramble. Actually gets around that situation. The dash up, counter hit, 3-piece, the chaser, no alcohol.
All right, V-shift away from the activation. No freeze frames for you. Just another match against Island too. Wow.
I'll be real. I have not heard of this Luke player in general. I've heard of Mylan quite a bit.
Yeah.
Again, we talked him up to be in the top spots, but is this going to be a blow up? Oh, what are they talking about? I'm like, are you good?
I know, right?
Like, yo, you good? Because I'm kind of getting into you.
Round 1.
But you know, he's playing it really well. There's scramble situations where it's making Mylan uncomfortable. He's landing all the controls that he needs to, and he's getting outside these difficult situations that Laura would like to do. We haven't seen the robbery factor from Mylan to get the win.
Yeah, and I think Laura's going to really struggle against Sandblaster in this matchup. But hey, that's an answer for it, right? Jump over it as it's coming through. I like that, but you got to be quick with it too, right?
Yeah.
You can't be a slouch when it comes to that because that is one of the fastest projectiles in the game. Oh, beautiful challenge on the V-shift.
Oh, he said, don't talk to me. You're free. I'm going to get into you. Look at it in the corner. EX, V-shift. You're just going to die tired when you V-shift in the corner. Call corner.
You can't be. I mean, there's very few times where V-shift works in the corner, especially because you don't have that extra space to be able to fully move back. So it's a really big opportunity to challenge that. Talk about challenging here, though. Mylan going in already with a big command grab.
Buttons again with the medium kick situation. The jump, and as you have pointed out, reading the rhythm of the fireballs is super important. It's hard to react, if not dang near impossible to react to the sandblast, but there is recovery.
Yes.
So if you can read the recovery of the fireball, you can make it fall and get a full punch. But here's the back though, puts him in the corner. Full stick of butter. Nice challenge.
Yeah, I want to smell what's cooking in the kitchen because right now it's Mylan going in with the throw. Evens the scoreboard 1-1.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef. Yes, chef. What's on the menu? What's on the menu?
Oh man, what a comeback already! Mylan got the download.
Yeah.
He got the high-speed internet.
I don't know what he said to him. I don't know if it made Mylan mad or something like that. I don't know what he said to him. I don't know if Buddy was like, "You okay? You all right? Are you awake? Did you get your coffee? Can we wait to get your coffee?" I know he's probably not smack talking, but it's more fun to think like that.
I know, right? Right? We're creating imaginary beef right now.
Yeah. There's no actual beef, so don't get on Twitter and be like, "Oh my God, this player said this to Mylan." Like, don't do that.
No. Right, nothing but love and respect out here, unless we're actually playing the game itself.
Yeah.
Right?
In the game, it's all violence.
Oh,
it's all violence.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that US versus EU thing that was going on. Yo, people were popping off the entire time. Rob TV on the mic and stuff like that. Man. Logan, at the end of the day, it's all up. But when we're on the sticks, it's violence. And we're seeing a switch to G. And I don't know if it was really the character problem, if more so than you know, maybe just the fireballs getting red and jumped in and leading Milan to the win, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that was a bigger issue than the character. But maybe this player feels more comfortable with the G.
Yeah, I mean, again, Luke being newer to the roster, right? Everybody's got a pocket Luke. They're going to bring it out, especially coming into the start. But maybe G's the switch here. G's got a little bit more oomph to his punch. He's got that double projectile there on the floor. So it could work out in his favor, but you got to be careful. It looks like it's working so far. Scorpion looking much more comfortable.
I don't know.
Oh,
I like that, but no bar to cancel.
Yeah.
Shift the break.
Oh, picking it up and putting it down. The chase down.
Should we kick meaty? Oh my God, the upper flip kick to do it one more touch. We're going for jump denied.
I like the check on the neutral jump there. Great setup, but Milan looking dicey. The V-shift challenge.
The break, the challenge though on the dash in. You typically see that from a lot of players. V-shift, they try to dash in. That's false.
Oh, I like that. I like that challenge. I don't know if it was a dash in or just a coming into the elbow, but hey, jab takes it out, man.
Good reactions. Scorpion getting into him.
I know, and this is set point right now. Oh, beautiful jumping.
Already off the low, the reset situation though. Scorpion going for the flip out, and that allows him to get some space over this place. Has got any presidentiality. He has to be careful about trying to go for that because she has the EX elbow to get in easily for that win.
Absolutely, especially because of the prudentiality. You got the nerve coming into the season. So really unfortunate here, but oh, missed maybe a cross up, but now gets the corner. Oh no.
There we go. Final game, final round. Scorpion, Milan. Let's see what's going down. This one kind of spicy.
Yeah, I know.
This one kind of spicy.
No, I always feel heartbroken when I see like a missed command grab or missed DP. I feel for you.
Yeah.
I feel that.
But that's like the typical thing for a lot of grappling players. They will try to route things back when they have low life with a command grab.
Absolutely. All right, there's that presidential power we were talking about here. You got to be careful too, though, because once he gets it, that makes him a lot stronger. Talking about strong. Milan coming in with the command grab. Break on the throw.
Anti-air there. Activation, but on that flip-out situation, Milan was aware.
Oh my God. Okay, we up in the morning. We want that W.
All they need is like one good sequence, and then enter with super to seal it. No anti right there. Where's the back fist? Oh, and the whip throw. There you go. Milan said no more years. Not 4 more years, no more years.
Sorry, Mr. President.
Sorry, Mr. President. We failed you. We failed you. But what failed the G player was the anti-airs.
I know.
Not having the back fears would have been a big decider. They would have got to that point where they hit him with the super, one hit to do it, but that did not happen. That is so unfortunate.
Yeah, it truly is. And I mean, we could have seen a slight adjustment, even if he stuck it out with the Luke, right? It's not a bad matchup for either character, but you just have to be able to control and neutralize a lot of her forward momentum, and just didn't quite see that pull through.
Didn't pull through, but you know what? After seeing that Laura play, you're going to have to adjust your tier list. When we come back from this break, it's going to be more Street Fighter V action. Don't go nowhere. And welcome back to EVO 2022. We are live with that Street Fighter V, and I do mean live. And we can super live with them brackets, bro. My name is St. Cole. I'm joined with Flexus, my sis. How are you feeling about what we've seen thus far?
Oh, man. It's been a lot of fun so far. We've seen some interesting matches, but it's been a lot of 2-0s.
Oh, watches. Well, janitorial duty's been going on.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, though, especially with who we have up next. UYU's very own Kami.
Yes.
Now, was on Street Fighter League, very strong Rashid player, but we're seeing something a little different from him. We're seeing the Luke come out.
Yeah, he's definitely the man that loves to pick the top tiers out here. He is very honest about that. There's nothing wrong with that. He doesn't like stress. It's okay. But his Luke play is actually really good.
Yes.
I'm a constant in his stream. He is a very aggressive Luke player. I feel like he's more on the aggressive side, but this, he's a very smart Luke player too.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see that aggression, especially coming in from, having previously made Rashid. I think that's a pretty easy transference, and I think Luke does well when it comes to more aggressive gameplay.
Yeah, this definitely suits the style. We see that with Space Boy, Christy CH, and likes. So you're a more active player. Luke is your character to pick. You got great buttons like medium punch we saw before. The sandblast with the quickness, sweep on the feet, crush.
All right. Ooh, yeah, got hit with the tray there. You gotta block it twice. That's when it's punishable.
Chikorgo in the corner. Has some pressure. No anti-air right there. No DP.
No. All right. Ooh, the EX Sandblaster. Beautiful move. Definitely going to be stronger coming into it. Kami doing with the chase down, but I like that challenge.
Make up the throw. Get some space up in this place.
The patience. The man was ready.
Two-stack. Yeah, Gio Forgo, one of the key players that I got to play in the Hawaiian Suite. Like,
Yeah.
That's pretty decent.
Yeah.
But you see Kami avoiding the activation, letting that whip off the heavy kick and getting the full punish and stealing the round.
Absolutely. And that's the thing too, right? Whenever you play a character that's not quite as common, you have to really know your data and you really have to know the matchup well. Even if you don't know, okay, this is minus or plus, understanding at the very least, okay, well, what is their moveset like? What is their range like? And right now, Kami definitely looking like he's familiar. Got the stun in the corner.
Oh, it's definitely done. Ooh, we got the mo. I love that from Kami.
Oh, man. Yeah, first match goes to him. I'm looking very comfortable at that.
Yeah, looking really chill. Just avoiding activation.
Yes.
And that's one thing you have to do in Street Fighter V. Like, you have to look for the characters, not only win condition, but their activation point. Off a heavy kick, forward heavy punch from Akira. Avoid it. Get the hit to do it. You'll punish. That's good from Kami.
Absolutely. And I like a lot of that patience, too, going in. When you see her do the double kick, right? First time, you got to hold the plus frame. Second time around, that's when you get to take your turn.
Oh, my man did raw overhead. Actually lands, but Kami gets that punch in the forward fierce.
Oh, nice weight on the open up here. And again, going with the charge and kind of risky, especially because you don't know what her wake-up option is going to be. But hey, we got a little bit of cross-up action going on out of the corner with the Sandblaster.
Docks up to the Inspire ball from a distance, gets the hit, puts him in the corner. Again, for the activation, the wake-up button. But now, B-Trigger to unlock, but Kami's going to make him drop as he answers back the chaser.
Yeah, pushing him into the corner at that, the big throw. What's going to be the answer?
The That's what the answer is Kami's on set point.
I love Luke's trigger one. I think it's so satisfying.
It feels good to use.
Yes.
Not to get hit by. It's such a good closeout situation. When you have low health and he's got B-Trigger, it feels very impossible to beat him. And right now, Kami, the way he's playing, it feels very impossible to beat him. He gets a quarter carry, 2 bars spent.
Yep, trying to go in with a jab to get out of the corner. The jump gets it, but Kami ready for going in. I like that constant charge, and he even gets a little bit of the pushback to push him closer to the corner.
A little dire. G trying to find a way to activate. Runs it raw.
Yep.
Make up decision for Kami. Doesn't get the counter hit combo.
Nope. V reversal. Get that pressure off me. I don't want you in my face.
Needs a toothpaste. Kami gets the DP. Yeeks might have done it. Actually, maybe would have survived.
Yep. All right, the Sandblaster keep you at bay. And hey, it works out in his favor. Kami's taking it.
Showing what that loot do, bro. Man of the top tiers out here, but he has some top tier play today. And I like to see that he's on form with his punishes, with the charge knuckle combos. I feel like Luke players, when you see ones that are able to have those on the deck consistently, no matter what kind of situation that they're in, like that's a good Luke player right there.
Oh, absolutely.
So, people may have their grievances with the character, but seeing one that's optimal definitely takes some work with it. And as we see kind of working through the bracket, let's see how far he goes. But up next, we have a sick one. My Lin versus Uncle Alex Valle. Actually, I think his father, Alex Valle, at this point, Mark is a dad.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, right? So big shout out to Vi, helps run Level Up Live and Wednesday Night Fights. So, and of course, you guys can go check that out as they stream it, and the Hawaiian Suite this weekend.
That's true. Yeah, we've been up there quite a bit.
Oh,
Shout out to Vi for giving us them salty sweets, not so sweet up in there. Definitely had some money matches. It was, I think last night was Mr. Crimson versus Picaro. And then Kudo was up there, right?
Yes, Kudo. Oh my God. And Kudo was undefeated. That man was ridiculous. I think he even beat Valle.
He beat Valle? Oh, no. That's why probably Valle want to play. He's like, hold up now. These young guns think they get nice.
Yeah, now he's taking care of the FGC, but can he take care of my Lin coming into this?
I wonder. Imagine you get sent out by a dude that's been running production and stuff like that on the side.
Oh, and he's
doing other stuff.
Yeah, he's been in the scene for longer than I've been alive and running it at that. So
actually true for a lot of us, though.
Yeah, I know.
And even I'm an older cat. Like, I've been around the block for a bit, but like not as much as Alex Valle. Obviously, the classic competitor. Y'all definitely saw the John Choi versus Alex Valle match that they had for Alpha 2. That was I didn't get to watch all of it, but I caught it out of the corner of my eye and was like, if I wasn't going somewhere, like I would literally stop to watch that because it was a thing of beauty. Like watching this dude fight with the old school fireballs and stuff like that, it's a thing of beauty.
Wait, you said John Toy?
John Choi, yeah. He was playing,
I was gonna say shout out to Arizona. He's from my local state.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
West Coast.
Absolutely.
Not too bad. Mylan, though, you know, we saw Mylan kind of wake up. It was getting a little close in that previous match like that, but
yeah.
I think at this point he understands where he's at. He understands the Evo station. Being on the stream setup, you know, maybe he's like, okay, that first one got me a little, you know, a little shaky, but now this one, I'm gonna get it done. Let's see if you can take down Valle. You do not want to lose to Valle, though. Like, you do not want to, like, this is no offense to Valle or anything like that, but like, this dude, he's been taking care of his kid and stuff, and I mean, he can play a lot of characters.
I know.
The mental game, and he's all about the outside of the game, mental game, right?
Oh,
he
absolutely.
talks about a lot. Oh, Ryu?
Yeah, I was gonna say he was playing Ryu last night against Kudo. So.
Oh, he was?
Yeah. So that's kind of what I was expecting to see here. Now, obviously not the same strength as Luke, but you know he's definitely has some success in a lot of matchups. So he has a lot more control, and especially having a slower fireball, that takes up a lot of that screen space.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, that heavy punch fireball being buffed.
Yes.
Along with the other fireballs makes his zoning game real. I mean, obviously in a game where there's so much anti-fireball play you have to worry about, you know, it's still going to be dire. But someone, again, that has that classic fireball game is going to put something different on the menu, especially against newer players like Mylan.
Absolutely, but we're going to have to see if Valle can stand up to Mylan, who's been looking extremely strong. And this is going to be winner side of things, so getting that much closer into top 192, I believe.
That's true. Counter hit, it's a little two-piece. He's trying to leave, but Valle has to find a way out of the corner. Good do so, tries to confirm under the Tatsu with some corner carry.
Yeah, I like utilizing too that V reversal. You know, hey, you got 2 meters to build. It's going to work out in your favor. Oh, no.
Side switch, though.
Yeah.
Oh, the facial chase down.
Unfortunate circumstance there, but Mylan was ready for keeping the corner pressure going. This is where Laura excels.
Let's see if Valle is going to be able to get that bar back like that. Gets the knockdown. What's the throw? Another throw, though. Mylan. Where is he going to be able to activate?
Yeah, and we're going to see a lot of classic gameplay here, right? We're going to see a lot of the footsie base. We're going to see low confirms. You got to watch your toes.
Each fireball trying to eat through.
Yeah.
Advance the engine. And the crouch fierce whip punish. Yo, Valle. Definitely came to play.
Round 2.
First one on the board. Classic gameplay.
Hey, we've seen that time and time again. Mylan's ready with the fireball, able to jump over it with ease. This is, I mean, honestly, Laura does so well in the corner because she's able to maintain that pressure, but she does have to keep kind of that close-up spacing, and you got to know how to bully your opponent. Seeing that there, double throw, the setup.
Giving him a swirling. Mylan trying to keep him in the corner as much as possible, but knowing to back off a bit and not press the issue too much. Don't want no backdoor situation. The bike put the pressure on you.
Absolutely. I like kind of the reliance there. Ooh, the bust out. I like that even more with the EXCT back into the nooch.
Mylan again needs to activate to find a way to actually spin it for viewer versus play.
Yeah,
Falls the fireball.
Break on the throw. It's dicey activation time. Goes in with the sweep to get the knockdown.
Agent fireball getting into with the EX fireball. Wakes up with a challenge. EXDP doesn't kill though. One touch wheel.
Yeah,
falls on fireball again.
Heartbreaking. It was on the cusp.
If the EXDP had done enough damage, that would have did it.
Oh man, just slightly unfortunate here, but that's round per round, right? We are still in the first match. And man, it's going by.
Interruption on the EX. And all the hits can connect. Yo, you tried to pin? No, go, Bozo. You gotta hold this. Come on, Valle, fight back, my brother. It's getting long. The bar on bottom, but he's been through this for years after years.
Oh, absolutely.
Seasoned veteran player.
Yep, gonna get that enhanced fireball and the guard break, going in with the dash up.
Gonna sum that bar. Bump the season.
Yep.
The previous season too as well. The
parry
on a jab.
All right, he's ready with it. Said I learned from my mistake.
Raw DP. Put the wake up though from Mylan in the end. The wake up decision, what it looks like a 2-frame when it's in Idom's hands, does so look also for Mylan. What a wake up decision. He would have got smoked, but he has to do things like that against somebody that will DP in the strings. That will parry your dang jab. someone like Maya is in the lab, and he still plays with his heart. And I'll tell you one thing, this is still looking close.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It is no clean wash, right? Round for round, coming into it, and Vaya could still easily bring it back.
So my man DP, you haven't seen a lot of the anti-airs right there from Valle. Now he's not letting it come in for free.
Absolutely. All right, keeping a little bit of, I like the fireball checks there too. You gotta have to force her to have to dash up there. Ooh, Artifact with the sunset wheel.
The last sunset you see, my friend. EX fireball, good challenge right there. You got it at the right time. But Mylan's still in.
All right, already with the elbow and got the stun. The big setup here, multiple hits. Not gonna be enough to close out, but going in. Oh no!
We all would have did it. We all would have did it. We all would have did it. Every one of us would have just been mashed at EXP, but Mylan snipped it out. Made him fall, now is on set point. Vaya getting at least the anti-airs on deck has been fantastic for Mylan. On the ground is where he's been ruling.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate too, right? Because that's the first time that Vaya is introducing that as an option for Wake Up and just read right through it.
Ooh, I like that option against like with the fireballs in general, to use the Tatsu to get right through. We haven't seen that exemplified a little bit from Vaya.
Yeah, again too, it's about negating the projectile on either side of things, and Vaya introduces it to the scene.
Absolutely. Wake Up right from Mylan.
Yeah, ready with it. Now Vaya in the corner. He's got to deal with this pressure. The throw loops coming in.
Instead of stepping, flips the throw though. L2 greedy with the grip. Now the side switch. Vaya sweep off the feet.
Got the activation time too. Gonna get the enhanced fireball here and potentially the guard break, but hey, EX move in, boom. Oh no! Second time!
And the activation, one more sequence. Slowly sees fireball to jump back like that, but caught him low. There you go. Mylan taking down Valle. It's a fantastic Laura play. That corner pressure was ridiculous. Instead of stepping with it, and man, to survive someone who is a classic fireball player is really difficult to do, but Mylan sees it through and seeing him through the bracket. But that is winner's side, so Valle might be able to, make his way through the bracket, ruin somebody else's day, but Mylan stays solid. Yo, Mylan kind of looking nice right now. That Laura, dog, if you have not had him in contention to be one of the best Laura players, it might happen here.
I was going to say,
find out, Mylan.
Yeah, and speaking of looking nice, you can look at some Street Fighter V Duel, the Capcom authorized mobile game for Street Fighter Duel. It is now available for download in China, with a global version coming soon. The epic legend is reborn on mobile, so make sure to go download Street Fighter Duel now, and let's fight for each other and join the journey with millions of players to become the best fighter.
It's always time to duel. Now the kids saying, I'm not a Yu-Gi-Oh person. I need to be a Yu-Gi-Oh person. But anyway, I need to be a person that's enjoying this action. And I hope y'all are enjoying the Street Fighter V action as we are out here for some more in store. I do see the homie Alex Myers on the screen coming up with that Cammy play today. And if I'm wrong, that's not Taj. That's not Taj. That's not Taj.
That's not Taj.
If it was a JoJo shirt, it'd be Taj. Yeah. He ain't wearing nothing but JoJo's. His fists are all JoJo's. But there we go. Alex Myers up on the screen. Been doing a lot of work. Saw him in the G4 Street Fighter V roast.
Yes.
He's been doing work also on the other stuff. Like, he's like, what is this? What is this thing I got in my hand?
Yeah,
Like,
what's that? It's ergonomic.
It's ergonomic. It's ergonomic. Don't hide it. We know what it is. He's like,
don't look.
he said, what? Don't let him see. Don't let him see. The new cheat box. They've evolved. They've grown. But actually, it's a really good controller. That's really good on the hands. He's been using it to help with his hand and arm problems. So there you go. You can wear it as a hat too. He said,
exactly.
Top of the morning. I love Myers. He's a character.
I know.
I haven't got I got to meet him before COVID, a little bit, but recently after COVID, just seeing him in person a lot more. He's always been a great guy.
Absolutely. And now, mind you, too, he doesn't just have the Cammy, he also has the Chun-Li.
Yeah, he does.
So he's got a couple of options for you.
He does. Let's see what he uses. I mean, all of them have been really strong. He's always been a strong competitor, and I feel like he's in a transitory period to 6. But still can keep strong with 5 because he has left the stress at the door.
Yes.
He has left the stress of, I need to be, I'm not saying that he doesn't want to be the best competitor, but he has left some of the stresses of being the best competitor at the door. Seeing how he talks about the game now and how he talks about competing now versus when he used to, you see it in his play. He's way more stable. He's not as shaky and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see how that kind of Myers comes through. You already see him joking around on the screen, but you know it's all about business and battle when he gets on the sticks.
I mean, that's what, right, when you don't have the nerves coming onto the stage and coming onto the screen. Now, mind you, Myers has been here time and time again, so he's got the familiarity.
Win tournaments, yeah, he's been great.
Absolutely. Oh, in my heart. Oh, we're going to see some Chun-Li play, but we're going to see Chun-Li versus Kareem.
Yeah, I kind of miss that character. People dropped her after the crouch mini kick being whip punchable, but it's like, at that point, don't whip the button. Don't whip the button. It's not a big, you see all the top players, Punk, Rob, kills you. They don't whip. They didn't even whip before it was whip punishable. That should show you that the character's so strong. It's just more risk, but you still get that ridiculous reward in terms of damage. She'll always be dumping out the damage. Let's see if she can do that against Chun-Li, who has can keep up in the footsie game, and she has been able to for years, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would call her the queen of footsies in a way, right? But when we're talking about that too, big buff on the crouching short, the crouching light kick. So that's going to already sit comfortably here.
That's a kudo special right there. I see my man with the crouching light kick to start off the party, bro. It's nasty.
Oh yeah, and especially with the buff on the V skill too, seeing that Myers won with that. I like that answer. I like it.
Ohana on the other side. Look at the heavy kick to crush the fireball before it comes out, but Myers walking and blocking.
Yeah.
That painful heavy kick.
Oh my gosh. It has such far reach and it takes up so much of the screen space, and especially if you space it out. But talking about space and things out here, a lot of space between the activation.
Interrupts the EX, but there's the back with Myers in the driver's seat. Hands it to it to get the win. Look at him. You see like the stuff. He's not teabagging. Relax, y'all. He's not teabagging. He's just making sure you don't get opened up with a crouching mini kick. You guys not see Tokido, what he said? Todd, how to fight Karen? Just block. And that's what he's doing. Down back and down back for the down back to not get hit like that off a crouching mini kick. Opened up, and Myers takes the first one.
Oh, it looks so silly too. Like Chun-Li doing it. Oh my gosh. All right, EX legs carries him to the corner here. Oh, and a beautiful combo. I thought that's going to be, not done. But hey, the instant overhead definitely will take the cake.
Big kick, yep. And there's the perfect KO. There you go. Gucci on the deck. Lemonade. I really like Myers' play.
I know.
I really just like this dude, like, nowadays, like you can tell how like relaxed he is, you know, how he's just chilling and vibing, having fun. That's the way I can see competitors play. Like there was a person like Luigi, we talked about that when he had won one of Punk's beta bashes. He was just like, I'm out here to just to party and have fun. I think that's one of the strongest types of players. We just enjoy the game, like Idom too. You just enjoy the game. That's it. Well, you might be at your strongest. Everything with the crush, the follow up.
Yeah, because nerves equal a lot of input mistakes. So, but not seeing any of that here with Myers. This is when Chun-Li shines in the corner. Look at that heavy kick. Keeping her there.
That button is ridiculous. You actually have to find a whip. Yo, with the whip button. Hey, Ohana, awake and aware.
Yeah, out of the corner here and holding on to the V trigger. There's the activation. Make it safe. That heavy punch. A second button that's extremely strong in her tool belt.
Beat your punish? No, it's for the break. Needs more. One touch.
I like the answer too, throwing out the forward medium punch there. It's a beautiful poke. Oh, red right through the fireball.
Yeah, use that fireball to get right through. When you don't have bar as Karen, you can't skate set through, so you have to hold that.
Gotta be careful too. Myers sitting on a plethora of meters here. But hey, the heavy kick does it. Keep it simple, go back to basics.
If basics are working, you don't leave. And right now, we see Myers in the lead as he is on set point, dominant.
Yeah, this is where Chun-Li got a nice control over the neutral space. Oh no, this is gonna be a big punish here. It looked like it just didn't quite connect.
Medium, nothing off that though from Ohana.
Ohana could potentially bring it back here, but gotta be confident because Myers is sitting on that point.
You see Myers having to go for close range fireballs because the EX is utilizing it underneath. Surprise, as damage.
Yeah, good pokes here, slowly chipping away at his health. All right.
Ooh, careful. Them sweeps have been punish, but you use the activation of the fears.
Yes. Oh, one with the reset too on the crouching light kick here. And I'm seeing that meter on both sides of things. Oh no.
Drops on both sides.
Oh. Scary, but beautiful jump in here. Could potentially close it out. No, dropped it.
Oh, we picked that up though. Oh, no! Didn't get the hit.
All right, here's the punish.
Yeah.
That was heartbreaking. Yeah, it didn't quite connect. I think it was just a timing thing, right? Because
yeah.
you can usually see the connect. I've seen Kudo do it so many times.
Fireball right in the super. That's like the cool thing. I love seeing that combo with the fireball and the super. Like, that's tight. Even when they don't mean to do it, it's like, yeah, I'm nice.
Absolutely. But again, big, strong start here for Alex Myers. EX carries us into the corner, the throw. I love looking at a setup where it's the light punch, the catch and light punch into the throw, but what hits the stun here? Ooh.
Look at how unafraid he is right now. So dominant that he's not even afraid of the bar at the bottom. Spins over the EX, V-reversal.
All right. The standing medium kick closes out the match. Alex Myers is going to be moving on to winner's side of things.
Yo, man, that aerodynamic, ergonomic box that he's got in his hands is so cool. Make sure y'all chat with him to see why he uses it. It definitely helps on his hands. It may look a little bit different, but it definitely helps him out. And you see Myers right there, always just the nicest guy right after, talking about, yeah, you should do this, or you know, whatever. Like, always willing to help. In fact, if you play casual with him, he'll sit down with you for half an hour, just teaching anybody. But that's the cool thing about the FGC. It's all about the community. Any of these top players out here, especially when you're out here physically, will sit down and chat with you about the game. In fact, you know what? I want to go sit down and chat with some top players and stuff like that. Let's take a quick break, but when we return, more Street Fighter V coming your way. Don't go nowhere.
Welcome back, everybody, to some Street Fighter V action. We have got the heat, we've got the spice. We're making it nice on the mic.
Ooh, you got that heat right now? That's
oh,
what's
yeah,
good?
yeah.
That's how you serve it to the people? Let's go.
Let's
go.
We making this flavorful out here. We are going to serve you up.
Yeah, no golf out here. Y'all, if you want a golf commentary, want that quiet library stuff, leave right now. If you want a weak gameplay, leave right now. It's not for the faint of heart. We're getting to the pool play today. It's your boy St. Cola with Flex out here on the mic, and we staying all right as we're getting through the morning edition. We're starting to see more of the top tier players out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and speaking of top tier, we've got Flaquito coming up next on deck. One of West Coast's finest in the scene. When we think about some of the top Rose players, right? Filipino Man always comes in,
of
but
course.
Flaquito definitely up there as well.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of work. I feel like, you know, his roles and Filipino Man's roles are different enough, and he's differentiating himself, getting top-level results and stuff like that. And as you said, playing a character that many people really just don't dabble with, and it's weird because even before the buffs, like, Filipino Man was he was about the character. He was about the character. He's like, this character is still strong, and he's gotten stronger.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen people really pick her up. I think part of that is you have to have good innate defense.
Absolutely.
Because you don't have a real DP. You have to be careful how you spin your V-bar.
Yes.
That is your big comeback factor. And your zoning has to be good too. Like, you have to have a good fireball game, which many people do not do. This, I believe, is Twisted Rivera. I was looking at the screen because, again, it's without being able to look at people's faces and stuff like that. But that young man face right there, there's only a few people that play Alex too, which is another weird thing because I think that character is good too as well. But this might actually be a top-level match like that. We didn't lie to you if this is the real heat. Let's see who's going to win or get defeat right here. Alex versus Rose. See how it goes.
Yeah, I think the big factor here, right, is going to be that air approach from Alex. So coming in with the stomp, it'll be interesting because then you can grab him from the air, right? So you got to weigh what your options are when you're wanting to make that aggression.
Yes, sir. It's Twisted Rivera from a different sort of house. Let's put it that way. Flaquito, though. These two have probably played each other quite a bit in the online tournaments, you know, the West Coast groups and stuff like that. Shout out to all those West Coast tournaments, besides just even the Wednesday night fights, full bar, which is more the Midwest, I guess, but just in general, we have a lot of places for people to play, and right now, Flaquito's playing fantastic with the crush.
Oh, got a small whip here, but hey, the shoulder's definitely gonna start the show. I like that crush on the V-shift.
Calling it out. That's such a fantastic anti-V-shift button, the 4 Fears. There's a stomp right there. Got to be aware. Flaquito.
Yeah, and this is dangerous if you're stuck in the corner against Alex because, hey, that's command grab zone, baby.
Trying to get the grip with it.
Ooh! Okay, the side switch.
You know, Filipino Man did tell people how to deal with it. Just block the other way whenever you see that side switch play. But then again, you can also get a punch if you have V-shift. So maybe sometimes you want to save that bar for it. So Rivera getting a fantastic round start.
And sitting on a plethora of meter, too. I'm kind of curious to see if he'll be able to use some of those EXs to be able to close the gap here.
Needs to be the fireball.
Yeah, eating the fireball here. Working especially at a closer range. Alex doesn't have a lot of options to combat against it.
I really like him staying in to get the win, getting real aggressive off the lows too as well. Gripped in B-ship, nothing there. Will back swing off the feet. Nice little jump, but doesn't get the crouching. Heavy kick confirmed, but will get the activation, the back throw.
Yeah, back throw puts him in an opportune position. Oh, the dive! Okay, we ready for it.
Cross slash.
Let's dash back away now. Seeing this time and time again.
Gotta be worried of that throw range. It's so ridiculous for the character. Off the low. So arrow, one more touch, and the chase down on the V-shift. You are just dying tired.
That's so unfortunate. So when we're talking, we've seen Flaquito throw quite a few throws here, and it's worked out in his favor. But Alex actually has one of the largest throw ranges in the game. One full square. So that would be where Alex would excel, but you got to be ready with it, right?
Yeah, yeah. That light punch, also his command grab got buffed.
Yeah.
Recently, I don't know if it was this patch or the previous patch, I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that the range, as you had said, has been extended. But Flaquito is doing a fantastic job of staying away from the grip at play. Gets to pick up with the DP off the target combo.
Yeah, looking solid at that. The chase on with the throw, I like this pressure here from Flaquito. And I like the cautious pokes as well, kind of checking any forward movement here.
Preemptive with it. Avoids the EX, the sweep off the feet, the raw stuff.
Big damage to fall in the stun. Flaquito lining himself up with another round, putting him at match point.
Man, that's serious business. Round 2. Oh, yo, Twisted Rivera put on the coat.
Oh, he's ready. He means business.
Yeah, you want
we
someone
talk about
does
business.
the custom combo when you put on the shirt and stuff like that with the character. Every someone's coming for your points. Let me say Hawoken.
Yeah, things are heating up a little bit. You gotta cool off. You gotta cool off.
EX using that armor to connect. Let's have that area. But Flaquito hasn't put out too many instances where you can beat the fireballs. You're right, no punish.
Yeah, no punish on the full fire over there. That could have been super dangerous, but the EX gonna find its mark here from Flaquito. Activation time.
It feels like Rivera's been on the back foot with the side switch off the low. Once again, the toe into those. And gets the hit in the front. Houdini, you can't see me.
What's the setup here? Good jump out of the corner, but unfortunately got hit with the low. Flaquito takes it 2-0.
Yeah, maybe that coat was because he had the exit stage to losers.
I know.
That might have been why he put that coat on. He said, all right, I'm out of here. See you later.
I'm just saying, it looked like it was heating up and maybe he got a little overheated.
Yeah, he said, whoo. I mean, it's hot up here in Vegas. But then again, someone like Flaquito, such a strong competitor that we don't get to typically point out. I'm gonna be real. My man's very quiet. He's just there to play, do what he's gonna do. But he's very dominant with that rose play today. Mr. Rivera wasn't able to get anything really going. Like you usually see the EX elbow to cut through the fireballs.
Yeah.
But the rhythm of the fireballs was really hard to read.
Yeah.
And I think that played in part of how the button usage in general was used by the rows. Like you see the buttons a lot and then the fireballs every so often. It's hard to get, okay, I'll get a read on the EX elbow to get through with the armor. And so he's through, but not through all the way. He's got his lucid play to run through. So again, early morning can still be waking up, but wake you up for some more good matches right here. Your noob coming up against Mandrake.
Yeah, nothing new about this matchup coming up, though. I'm really excited to see this. This is going to be an interesting matchup for sure. I mean, both really good players, so it ain't going to be a wash, that's for sure.
No, I think this was going to be fairly close.
Yes.
Mandrake kind of went through a character crisis a little bit, as most Urian players had done. But I think he's sticking with the Urian. I saw him kind of fiddle around with the Bison a little bit on Twitter. I'm not 100% sure who he would like to stick with in the tournament. I saw him recently at the EU versus US Suite. I get a chance to talk about how bad you think Urian is, but I mean we've seen Urian players either stick with the character or have a secondary. DCQ has stuck with the character. I talked to him yesterday or 2 days ago when we were at the Suite.
Yeah.
He was like, the character's harder to play, but he still has strong suits, and part of that's just the EX bar, EX moves and stuff like that. Obviously, you just can't get knocked down.
Yeah, and I was gonna say too, didn't Urian get a buff on his V trigger? Not the Aegis, but the other one.
Yeah, V trigger too. Yeah. The neutral overrated. Long have we awaited. V trigger 2 activated. Yeah, y'all know. You know the soft one. You know. If you know, you know. Let's see what Yanu brings to the table. I've seen Yanu in a few tournaments. Every so often, I feel like the name just pops up like maybe once or twice a year. Yeah. But when he does work. I believe he could work at the PlayStation tournaments. I could be wrong with that. But the tried and true Mana, another character that I wouldn't say has gotten weaker because she has been nerfed. I mean, she has been nerfed.
Yeah.
But characters have gotten stronger.
Oh, yeah.
And with the toolkits in the game now with V-Shift and V-Break, it really kind of kills the momentum of her V-Trigger. So that's another layer that you have to put on for a strongest suit.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's going to be interesting, though, because, again, as a rushdown character, when you're playing Yuri, and there's a lot of damage packed behind that punch, and Minot definitely doesn't have a lot of health, so you're going to have to play so careful here, because it's not going to take long to work if you're, what is it, Mandrake?
Mandrake. I always say Mandrake. People get at me for that. I called that to his face. That's Mandrake.
You know, I'm going to double down with it. It's Dr. Mandrake.
It's Dominican Republica, but he is also a doctor who can get surgical with it. Nice. Has a tackle, the knockdown against the whip medium.
Yeah, going in with the precision here. EX needs to get you up close and personal, but you got to worry about that orb coming back around.
Might be going down. Nice. The spacing also on the knee drop like that. At that distance where it's plus, it puts him in the corner with the 3-piece.
Yep.
Blocks a heavy kick.
Yeah, a little bit dangerous here. Backing up, going in with the charge too, but the drill kick, not a lot of damage off of it. It's a little bit hard to convert.
Fireball. I like to use the thunder.
Yeah.
It's Ignitive Thunder, but it's thunder to me. Yeah,
nothing ignorant about it coming in. Ooh, I like that. The back jump.
Ooh, the dash in up the low.
I'm ready. I'm ready for more Aegis action. Let me see the mirror. I want to look at myself.
Buy one, get one free. Oh no, the side was looking free. One more touch. Or the bottom.
Yeah, could go with the chip too. Could go with the chip. Oh, but the grab.
EXDP, what a reaction from Yanu. You don't typically see that from a lot of Monop players. I mean, they really are like, yo, I don't have no anti-airs right there, but using that EX bar to go far to get the anti-air, lands the first win in the end.
Yeah, no, it was a beautiful answer that we've seen time and time again, right? The DP always going to find its smart anti-air.
Got the orb, explosion from the back door.
All right, going in with the back door. Wants to get that corner carry here in the slow pushback, but hey, the crush finds its way out. And I don't think Minot necessarily struggles too much in the corner, but
you got to worry about that. The only thing is the B reversals. B reversals, it's so hard to read. And that's one of the things that you don't have to use right now.
Oh my
God. The
God.
reverse of the situation you knew. Get outside that corner. Falls his own fireball.
This is unfortunate here if you're Dr. Hendrick. All right. Going in with the throw activation time. You gotta face off against a mirror. It is a two-player game now.
Ashy knees coming through. Now in the corner, backs up for the feature activation. Falls doesn't get the conversion.
No! That's heartbreaking, but the drill kick lands. You noob. Not looking like a noob. He might have to change his name.
Your master. It's your master.
Man.
I mean, very predictive with it, looking like Miss Cleo. Call me now for your free reading. Your noob.
Looking into the future with it too. Again, that reaction on that first round with the DP, it was beautiful. That belonged in a museum.
Yeah. Put that and frame it up. Show your kids.
Round one.
Back in my day, in Street Fighter V, we had ways to deal with V-Trigger. We had ways to deal with the comeback. That's how you all be talking about Street Fighter 6. Back in Street Fighter V. But anyway, we are still back in Street Fighter 5. So you knew this is one on the board. And Gary Mandrake has been not able to get this going to phone. As soon as I say that,
I know.
Put it to the worst.
Looking convincing at that with the corner pressure here. Big damage to fall. The EX tackle closes it out. I wonder if even regular tackle would have closed it out too. But hey, spend the meter, secure the W.
Secure the win, secure the W, secure the bag right there. No lag. Got them with Ignitive Thunder once again. You knew getting that distance to stop Ignitive Thunder from popping for free, but it's a pain point.
Oh, no.
Caught him low.
Yeah, they cut a couple times with that too. The orb is a great get out of jail free card for Minot because hey, you can't continue this relentless pressure. You're gonna have to worry about it and jump back. So then hit with it, but one hits the stun. All right, whittling down the stun meter here. Got found the activation point.
For a medium punch, bro punch. I got beat for you. You almost threw off the backboard. Gets a medium hit. Try to get that stun and done. Not enough. One more decision though.
Oh yeah, the throw is definitely going to find its mark, but can he close it out?
Can't build up enough super just to seal it. We'll get it off the target combo. Once again, we had saw this wheel before.
Yes.
He gets the same sort of win. Target combo in the EX tackle. He's picking it up. I like this.
Yeah, the diagnosis. You still got a pulse.
Is that what a heart sounds like? Probably not. I was thinking the beep. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, what I'm saying right now is we're 1-1. Your new versus Diamond Mandrake. good play right here for them.
Yeah, really, really precise play too. I mean, we talk about precision from a doctor, but to definitely compete. He can hold up for sure coming into it, but utilizing a little bit of that spacing through the charge up. I like that. Take advantage.
Noob has to get in that mid-range distance, but then again, Diamond Rocket is so aggressive with it.
Yes.
Good anti right there on the EX. Knows he can still use that Orbitalist right there, the anti-air. But some of these decisions are just in Diamond Rocket's hands, even though there's a lot of damage that lands from Noob. He's like, you can block this out because now B-Trigger is online.
Oh, but can he find an opportunity to activate it here? I don't know. It's looking dicey. And I rolled and I got snake eyes.
Going home, bro. The house always wins. In the end, Noob taking that win. And I like how I'm avoiding the activation. Saw the yes. Kick come out, went for the dive kick to get the punish. That's smart stuff.
Yeah, but it can be tricky, right? When you're going in with the activation, you gotta worry about it in the back of your mind. So if you continue relentless pressure, you are risking, if you're activating, you're risking getting punished, but you're also risking getting hit.
Oh, sends it back. Same day delivery.
Yeah, that's our reskill 1, isn't it?
Yep, sends it back. It's such a smart option against the
yes.
fireball. If you get things landed by Diamond Rocket, build up V-bar with quickness and challenge the orb, but it's also a pain point. If Noob is ready, he's got that orb back out. Yep. There you go again.
Especially at the range. Especially at that range here. Putting it with the knees. Yep, there's the activation time. But the V-chip pulling it back. Hey, I like that answer.
Ooh, in the fadeaway and play the finesse and bless one more hit to put him to rest. Diamond Rocket still has one more to take, but the low again, you knew. Let's get lost.
There is no doctor in the building. I'm sorry to say this.
Sorry. I'm a pediatrician. What can I do? I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on.
It's unfortunate. No pulse, no doctor. But all W's here on Noob's side, taking it. And this is winner's side of things, I believe. So,
yes.
Hey, he's going to continue to move on through the bracket that much closer into top 192.
Definitely felt like it was less about like the nerfs of Urian, but
yes.
just the fantastic play of Noob.
Yeah,
seeing
absolutely.
that mid-range game, we talked about how like it's so important to interrupt the V-skill to stop that. Then he had the other option of just, I'll use my V-skill against yours.
Yeah.
You have to have the reactions and be ready and steady. You have to be worried about the mental stack of the EX tackle like that or any of the other options of the character, because one good knockdown could smoke you. Because her wake-up decisions are not that good. She wakes up with like a 3-frame. Unless she's got bar, that's not a lot of damage. So it's a risk to wake up with that.
Yeah.
And also you want to use that bar for other stuff too.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's unfortunate too, because when we're looking at V-skill to V-skill, right?
Yeah.
Having a V-skill that completely negates one of your options, that is heartbreaking. That is so hard to deal with.
Yeah, that is Street Fighter 5. There's a lot of anti-fireballs stuff in the game for all the characters. I mean, heck, even Urian's V-skill 2 is an anti-fireball option. So let's see who's going to get through these brackets as I see my boy Remaze Venatori. I just talked to him recently. Bro, I keep saying I just talk to these people. It's great because I get to be on the Evo floor talking to all these top-level players and saying, why did you do this thing? Okay, so at Combo Breaker, if y'all have watched Combo Breaker, Hermes played Kudo. And if you all remember that match, she was using sweep consistently. Just throwing it over and over and over again. And I'm like, bro, you are being so random. Me and Logan had no idea what the heck was going on. I went and talked to him. He was like, I do this because I'm challenging Kudo's standing heavy kick from Chun-Li.
Yeah.
So it's so great to see, like, and be able to talk to players and be like, why did you do this option that you wouldn't be able to typically do? You have to wait for like weeks or whatever, or ping them on Discord or whatever. Like, I don't know who you are. Why are you pinging me about this?
Yeah.
But that's the great thing about being at these tournaments with vibe and chat with them and learn a lot about the game.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, speaking of vibing and chatting, Alabama's finest, we got Boomy. Big fan, a great friend, and so nice.
Yeah, he's actually
he
super
is so nice. So when we're talking about vibes, we're talking about chatting with players. He's up there.
Yeah, he's up there. Speaking of up there, he definitely got up there in the top 8 spot of the Midwest CBT recently, doing a lot of work with that Zeku. I was very, very, very impressed because he's not really one to be in a ton of tournaments or get like high-level placements, but I feel like the past couple months have really been on a good streak for him.
Yeah,
if he
absolutely.
can keep doing that, he can get the win against someone like Hermes. But Zeku is such a weird character. On paper, he's so strong, right?
Yeah.
But you don't see such players really use him.
Yeah, I think it's a bit difficult, right? Because there's a lot of matches that he can struggle with. He has all the tools.
He has all the tools.
Yeah, but you got to be able to know how to utilize them, right? You can't be using a hammer when it calls for a wrench and vice versa. But yeah, I was gonna say too, he does have a strong community as well. Taj being part of that.
Yeah,
being
it's
able
true.
to play against some of those-
Squad.
Yeah.
Squad. Let's go. I love Taj.
I know. Big shout out to him. He's an amazing guild player. But we're talking about some amazing gameplay right now. Now you mentioned you're familiar with Hermes. Who does he play?
Luke, Cammy, Kage. That's usually about those 3 characters that he plays. He rotates between those. During the past couple of tournaments, we've seen a lot of the Luke.
Yeah.
If he feels comfortable in that match, he'll go back to the Cammy, where that has been kind of his main bay. I did see him have a stint of playing Kage, where he really enjoyed the character. Like you see his practice sessions. In fact, you should follow these players too as well. They'll teach you a lot just by looking at the media that they put up. But he was like showing his practice sessions with Kage. He's really having a lot of fun with that character. So I think all 3 of those characters for fun, for battle, and all that stuff like that are going to uptake him far. Because I think that in Street Fighter 5, you have to have multiple characters.
Oh, absolutely.
You cannot, even if you are a Luke player, look at someone like Mr. Crimson. He still keeps the Sim, but he's got the Luke also. If he needs it, he can run the G or the Rashid. He can pull his back if he needs to.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
you need more than one.
Yeah, and we are going to see the Luke, as Sinkola said, versus the Zeku. This will be a lot of fun. It'll be an interesting matchup. And I see the V skill too.
Ooh, the Animal House.
Yeah.
I like that. You got to be careful though, because that's one you have to set up post stun.
Yes.
Because if you do it neutral, that's an easy fireball punch and interruption right there. So if you do hit him out of the V skill 2, they're gone. They're back in the cage.
Yeah.
And we're back in the cage.
Now, you mentioned that it is something that can get punished by a fireball, but I will say if you time it well, it can actually be to your advantage against a fireball. Especially when we're talking about something like the Hawk, with the setup on the bomb. Yeah, it works out really well because it checks your opponent. Your opponent now doesn't have to just think about one thing on the screen, but now you have to think about a second creature.
What's that, a puppy? Get out!
Yeah.
Get out of the way! Get.
Fun app flies out here.
Let's see how Boomy interacts with this Luke play. Hermes, a lot more aggressive with it. I think for a lot of Luke players, you see them, there's variants despite the character being so strong and maybe having a more basic kind of toolkit. Someone like Hermes, I think, is more active, more aggressive, and we're doing a lot of work, by the way, in the online local and many other online tournaments in general.
Yeah, looking really, really strong at that, but we're talking about strong, nice, solid stuff for Hermes, but hey, Boomy is close to fall, trying to even up the life bars. Going with the throw, so satisfying throw. It's one of my favorites.
It's actually, he's slumping down like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
The stun. It's like a command grab, it's damn near done. EX palm. There's also DP, no bar necessary. Boomy is optimal.
That damage too, that was like almost a quarter health. That was ridiculous.
There was a time where I talked to Infectious about this character, and he's like, I'm looking for 3 interactions.
Yes.
And that's enough for Zeku.
Honestly. And I love too, because Zeku, whether young or old, he can control both the close range and the far range of the Goku. So, but seeing the control here from Hermes, not able to pull through the tree.
Dropping some combos, but still, he got enough to get almost stunned.
Yeah, using the Sandblaster as an opportunity to have a safe activation, but wasting the V-trigger at that. But nice neutral jump. Oh, got hit with it.
One more in the tank now. It's Boome's turn to party. He interrupts the heavy kick, the knockdown, the throw. There you go. Hermes getting a lot more aggressive off in that face, like eating toothpaste.
Yeah, but we can look too. Boomy does have a full stick of butter to cook with, and I'm kind of curious what I'm smelling.
There might be some eggs. Coke was on the menu. And you don't typically see super to seal. It's not really the strongest super. You don't get Oki after that.
Yeah.
I don't mind that, but Hermes has just been blocking it out, staying solid, gets hit with a techie raw.
Yeah, finally able to land it here. Oh, looks like a drop. Unfortunate coming into the young Zeku gameplay here. And we're not seeing a lot of that B skill.
Yeah. Maybe afraid of the interruption sequence that could happen.
Yeah.
DP again. Anti right there, medium. Nothing off of it, but I like him poking away at that play.
All right, yeah.
Oh, the hero reversal punch.
I like that.
Yo, let's go. Write that down. Write that down. Check, write that down.
Yeah,
write that down.
I was going to say, got the invincible frames off of that too. That's beautiful. Dash it into the throw.
The EX dash, if you're not aware, get into with the quickness.
Absolutely. Talking about ending with the quickness here, trying to find his mark, his enemies. But hey, boom, pulling through.
Boomy. Look, enemy vibe. And my man said, be kind on the
Look at
shirt.
the shirt.
Be kind is on the shirt. Bro, you play Zeku. What do you mean be kind? You see that back throw damage? That's not kind at all. Be aggressive is on that shirt. That's what it should say.
It's straight rude. That's rude.
Yup. So we see a lot of drops. There's moments where I think Hermes could have gotten a bigger lead.
Yeah.
Saw some drops with those mediums and the back mediums and things like that. That could have been a wrap, but just like that, we see Hermes saying, you know what? Maybe I'll switch a little bit. Maybe go to a different character. Maybe take some time to check the flex screen because you do not want to be in losers. Not an Evo, bro. It's Shark Pit. At this point in the day, I'll get my I gotta watch. But I know that it's getting closer and closer to that point where you start seeing the top level play.
Yeah.
The cream of the crop is starting to rise. The tours are, you know, they're going out, hanging out, you know, watching the rest of the play. Start seeing your favorite players start getting knocked out. They're putting the losers, and he's going to the Kage.
Yeah, we're gonna see the Kage selection here. It looks like it. Interesting, going in with the character switch. Now, Luke obviously didn't quite work out for him, but the game plan with Kage, you get the knockdown, you secure the bag.
Yo, good luck to you with them T-Rex arms. It's hard to land. My man got the short arms right here.
Yeah,
but I wonder how T-Rexes used to fight. I mean, you got the mouth obviously to fight, but like, do you think they ever used their hands? Do you think they were like that?
Oh, God, no.
They probably looked at that like, this ain't gonna work.
I was gonna say, I'm a big dinosaur goofball, so I love dinosaurs. So if you want to see a goofy looking dinosaur, chat, look up the Carnosaurus.
The Carnosaurus?
If you think T-Rex arms are bad, the Carnosaurus.
The tiniest one?
Yeah.
Oh, no, poor guy.
It's like little chicken wings, but even smaller. It's unfortunate. But what's not unfortunate is the fireball finding and Smart coming into this damage. Playing a different story here for Hermes.
Oh, my man got the Carnosaurus on. Let me get an order of Carnosaurus arms, please. Delicious, nutritious. Boomy is getting cooked right now. Activation, the reversal gets the space over this place. Fierce, there we go. We get close up, that's an easy punish. More jumping situation for Mace, reads it.
Oh, I love the block of the cross. A beautiful defense, but unfortunately has to eat the EXCP, and that damage is ridiculous.
My man said if there's a gap like that, I'm gonna thread the needle with the EXVP. Hermes. Be a little bit different with this Kage play.
I know.
I wonder if it's like he wants to use the air approach to kind of put off Boomy. He's using him young because young, it's hard to answer. It's go for air to airs. The Doctor's very slow, and it's too predictive, and hitbox kind of weird.
Yeah, it is a little bit rough, right? That's why you have to kind of rely on figure out what's your game plan, and you have to adjust based off of your opponent. But in with it, we got the young Zeku, we got the activation from Hermes, and plenty of damage to follow, but. Not quite by his mark just yet.
Bar at the bottom, ready to cook. The activation, of course. Hold on the sweep.
Okay.
Again. Oki time.
Yeah, got it. Oh. Jumping in the front. All right, you got to hold this.
Just turn back, but just like that, the back throw. Boomy on set point to 2-0. Hermes Venatori, who has been winning on the online local in a ton of tournaments, who's been top spots consistently. Boomy gets jumped in, no cross that DP.
Yeah, beautiful work, but hey, you know who else wakes up with a DP?
But thanks, me too.
Got one of those, okay. Activation time from Boomy and plenty of damage to follow up. Carry him into the corner.
Ooh, for that reset, different. And the slide with no bar at all.
Oh, talk about that air-to-air there.
Okay.
Yeah, look at all the gray light push. Unfortunate and confirm into super.
Oh, the damage is done. In my heart, yo, y'all don't see this. On the side, out of my corner of my eyes, I saw James Chin, and he was like, well, this kill.
I know.
He didn't actually say that, but I just see it in the corner of my eye. But like, in my mind, I was like, this is a lot of damage off my one-touch situation, and it did the damage. And I like this game plan where maybe this character is not actually, you know, stronger than Zeku, or like in the matchup, it is Zeku favored.
Yeah.
But the game plan with Hermes, with the jump in situations, make it very uncomfortable for Boomy to anti-air. The slower DPs of Zeku,
that's true.
You know, they're a little bit slower for the other DPs. Like he's got the four frame DP on light, but it is kind of difficult to DP with that character. And just the fact that if you are young, you're done. If he jumps in on you, how you gonna check him?
It's difficult, right? And again, too, relying on that V skill, too, we haven't seen it come out once.
That's true.
It's unfortunate here because it's just a wasted tool. But, hey, you know what? Boomy still got one on the board, and he could still easily bring it back, but tied up. Hermes brought it forth, and plenty of damage with a big, strong start.
Oh, it's about to be a finish, though. I like the Koku play, though, for Boomy. That's only something that he has to deal with, but the interruption of the Choco Nets.
All right, I love the reversal. Out of my face, out of my mind.
In the corner all the damn time. Activation. Hold this throw.
No.
Called it out. You saw the flash.
Yes, small counter here. Okay. Walk out of the corner. Hey, I like that. Oh, tried to check the dash or the teleport away.
Activation kept it safe.
Right, there's that beast we talked about here, but hey, we got the punish on deck with the EXDP, but hey, Boom, not done out for the count just yet. He's still got a full.
Still breathing.
Right, the slide. Okay, no activation off of it.
There it is. On block.
Okay,
the
here's the
throw.
throw.
Oh no, Hermes betting it and falling to the EXDP. Unfortunately, there's too many. I like the idea to make Boomy off his game, but now he has been so good about just, I'm going to block for a few seconds and let it rock. And if you hit you with that DP anti-stuff, you're going to drop. But here's a DP, though, corner carry from Hermes.
Absolutely, but in the corner, uses the EX to get a little bit of that push back here. All right.
Get them. Sick him like a bulldog. Sick him.
In the corner right now. I was going to say, he does a pretty good job keeping you pressured here. And he's definitely looking a little lost. All right, EXTB finds his mark out of the corner, but hey, we got an anti-air for the cross-up.
And okay, off that DP. The throw, there we go. Going to final game, final round, Hermes versus Boomy. In my eyes, I'm going to be real. If Boomy takes this, it's a little bit of an upset because Boomy does not have the results that Hermes does.
Right.
But that doesn't make him any less of a player.
No, you're absolutely correct here. But hey, he's looking strong coming into it. Just a nice start, but both huge meter on each side. Boomy looking to take it. Oh, drop the combo.
That's off that tech, that was the big damage. Lands the fierce, the fist to face, put him in his place. The challenge right there. The fireball on the activation.
Yeah, one conversion can do it though if you're Boomy right now. Using the V reversal keeps you out of your face.
What makes top level players right here. You have to close it out. For Hermes, let's just find a way to finish it.
All right. Switching to old Zucky, maybe wants to do something with the anti-air here. Hope he doesn't quite fully negate the fireball.
Get
All right,
them.
calling out the Hawk.
Assist me.
All right, here's the Weasel.
EX, press the damn button. Space out with a heavy. Get chucking that, both of them spinning bar.
The patience here, he can afford it, but gotta remember the fireball has multiple hits. The back throw into the corner.
Bro, Hermes bring this back. You a god, bro. Oh, counter hits.
Okay.
4-piece drop down with a beast. Get whipped on throw. There you go, Hermes taking it from the brink of defeat, popping up. That was Boomy's game to win.
I know.
That was Boomy's literally his game to win. Oh my God, Hermes.
Took candy from the baby. That's so unfortunate. But Boomy still played so well. Slightly lost his composure at the end, and that was heartbreaking.
It's one of those situations where to be a top level player, you have to close things out.
Yes.
You have to keep that confidence. And to know that if there is that momentum back in their hands, you got to take it out of their hands, right? At any point, it could happen to you. It could happen to you. And that man is through. Boomy, I love you, but the closeout has to be there. This is something I've seen him try to get better with.
Yeah.
And he has gotten better with. I mean, he's gotten top spots. But Hermes, that mental fortitude, the will to not back down on his game plan, the will to be like, I'm going to stay solid with it, the will to, I will bust out and make you uncomfortable, all up to that decision, that point right there where he brings it back to the brink. Aaron, all right, Hermes, you godlike, and he's seen you through the bracket, bro.
And talk about bringing things back. We've got Street Fighter League coming back into it. Make sure you guys go check it out. We don't just got one coast. We don't just got one country. We got the U.S., we got Japan, and we've got Europe. All for 2022. So streaming later this year. Make sure you guys go check it out. Capcom Fighters and Capcom Fighters _JP. Over on YouTube, on Twitch, and Facebook.
All your favorite platforms. And also you can find your favorite mobile fighting game in China and later on in other areas. Street Fighter Duel, the Capcom authorized mobile game Street Fighter Duel, is now available to download in China with a global version coming soon. The epic legend is reborn on mobile. Download Street Fighter Duel now and let's fight each other and join the journey with millions of other players to be the best fighter. If anything, it's the best time to join that game because they got Rolento. I know, I saw the character select screen. I was like, bro, you got Rolento? I'm in. Let's go.
You think they'll, I'm sure you're hoping that they're going to add him to the roster coming into 6.
Bro, if they don't, listen, I've asked you for years, Capcom. What do you think my commentary career has been? Asking you for Rolento. Every time I'm on like a big station or a big event, Please give me Rolento. I'm begging you.
Hey, you know, I'm happy at the end of the day, right? I get my Chun-Li, I get my Jamie. That is all I need.
Must be nice.
But you know what you guys need? Some more Street Fighter V action as we come into our next match. Oh, okay. My apologies. We need a little bit of a break first.
Yeah. You see me screaming out here for
I
Rolento.
know.
You know what? I'm going to do? I'm going to go find the Capcom reps.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask them where Rolento is. What you should do is go get some snacks, come back right after this break. When we return, more Street Fighter V coming.
The Street Fighter V action continues fast and furious here at Evolution 2022. We are continuing on with more pools over here. Welcome everybody at home and hope you guys are having a wonderful day. My name is James Chen.
Brad Muse. I'm as excited as all of those players in the crowd were. You could see that everyone just happy to be here, even though it's comparatively early. I mean, it's noon, but it's day 2, so you know people were excited last night. You know, people were out there having their fun, but we're all here enjoying some Street Fighter V action. There's only a couple of pools waves left. There's already been some crazy stories coming out of this weekend.
Yeah, of course. I mean, again, I joked yesterday, even before the tournament started, that everyone's prediction bracket was wrong.
Yep.
You know,
no, for real, for real. I mean, I was just talking to you before we sat down, right? Kaba versus Azura yesterday.
Yeah.
I literally sat down. I was like, yeah, Kaba's a pick for me in winners, in top 8. Nope, down in losers. It's been nutty. But when you're on this stage in this wide open bracket format, you get those crazy stories.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that makes this also magical.
Yeah, and the other thing that makes it even harder is there's so many good players now.
For real.
It's like you cannot rest on your laurels here. It's like anybody you run into that you haven't heard of or whatever, you know, it's like
they could be a killer.
Dude, it's so terrifying here. And I mean, our first match right here, one of the players that you see on the right side over there, SD Pinoy. This is a player that I haven't seen in a while. He doesn't enter a lot of the online tournaments, but when we were doing offline tournaments a lot, from San Diego, one of the strongest M Bisons that we have. We'll get the names fixed up there for you guys. And he was, he was on the forefront. It was like him and Commander Jesse and a bunch of the guys who were always killing it in the Southern California region. So I haven't seen him play in a while.
You're going to be sitting here going up against MJ Gama on the Cammy. Going to be an interesting matchup. We already see the dive kick was starting to be represented by MJ Gama, but Pinoy has that life lead right now, trying to play that slightly more defensive game, and you can see that Gama's trying to stay in the pocket a little bit, really dancing outside of that stand fierce now.
Yeah, Gama, a very strong Cammy player from Mexico. So again, truly international affair. I think we have like 63 countries, I think I remember seeing represented in EVO throughout all the games that we have. And it's just wonderful to see because, obviously Street Fighter V, the talent is super strong, but, we've in the past, we have the Pakistan stories. Right now in KOF, we've got the Moroccans and the Mexicans, and like, it's just, I love seeing that kind of global parity in all the fighting games.
Yeah, it's really, and people have been talking about it in general, especially with us starting to transition off of online and get back into these, major stages where we're having international competition again. It's like all these individual communities have been growing on their own, and it's like a mixer. It's like a 5-year reunion. It's like your high school reunion, but pre-Facebook high school reunion. Like you don't know what they were up to. You haven't stayed in touch. Gamma touching right now. Pinoy dealing in the corner, getting stunned off of that shimmy. Plenty of resources here for Gamma to close this out. We are going to catch up to CA.
Gonna spend all that meter right there to make sure that he's gonna get this round. So tied 1 round apiece. However, Pinoy is gonna come into this next round with a full CA bar. So definitely in a slight advantage here. He's gonna have the ability to use some EX scissors for free pressure and such.
Yeah, I wonder how he's going to elect to use the meter. I feel like what I've been seeing a lot from Dictator 2 is, they'll use the EX Blast and get a range 0 strike throw in situations where you would ordinarily go for Psycho Axe.
Right.
But, I mean, being on the back foot here, we're not seeing a whole lot coming out in general. All these resources, I mean, it's like you have EX Devil's Reverse, but, you don't want to just rip that out. Trying to go for these air-to-air.
Got the cross under, and now here we go. The standard Cammy pressure tries the double dash. A little bit of a turn steal right there. Speaking of turn stealing, you see SD Pinoy going for a bunch of plus range attacks, and he tried to get in. Wasn't enough for the kill just yet.
right?
Oh, here we go. Activation. That's punishable.
All right. Oh, went for the regular throw. I'm wondering whether Pinoy's going to elect for, yeah, going to go for the Psycho Crusher. Wow, catches out the command grab this time. Now the bomb is set up.
Oh, no, that's
Oh, my God.
And the bomb is still there. Yeah, there it is. Had to block that. Tried to go for the throw, missed it. But
Chip is a real factor.
Super fast. I mean,
I think
it can't be touched.
Oh.
Get away.
Yeah,
oh,
you're done.
that was it, right? Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
He did the wrong one.
Oh, the EX Blast spent the 1 bar. What a shame. So close. You could have just sat a little bit. I mean, with the amount of time on the clock, you were stuck at the corner. You couldn't just play pure defensively in that spot, but like it should have been yours when that CA went.
Yeah. Oh, dang. You see that like really frustrated head shake right there from SD Pinoy, thinking to himself, you know what? I knew he had the trigger, and of course, that's projectile info. What was I thinking? And it's one of those tough things, but again, to be one of the best fighting game players, you have to be able to forget the mistakes and remember everything else.
Finding the, oh my God, Pinoy is finding that fierce button right now. Next hit is going to be stun. What's it going to be? Crouch jab for the stun. Build a little bit of extra bar. We're going to be able to kill for no meter. All that extra bar going right to the next round.
All right, well, I guess SD Pinoy is mad because that was a crazy round right there. But, you know, if you're MJ Gama, you just got to be like, whatever, okay, that happens. That's Street Fighter V. Every once in a while, you get run over like that, and you just move on.
Yeah, oh no, speaking of run over, who go in for that EX reversal there did Gama. Okay, finding crouch gears into activation, not going to cash out with the DP after, wants to keep this advantageous, you know, corner position here. But Pinoy's starting to sneak out. No, you do not get to walk back. Slide activation.
He's going to be able to combo after that. Not quite enough to kill yet. Tried to go for a bunch of lows. Gama being patient and staying crouching. No overhead from Bison to worry about. And you know what?
Counter hit too.
Just forgot, or was he trying to DP? I'm not sure what happened there, but he definitely got caught by that frame trap. And so now we're at 1 apiece here. Very close first game, but SD Pinoy coming here in game number 2, very, very aggressive.
Yeah. You comment on, you know, was it did they forget or did they just not respect it? And it's like, it's wild how much you have to respect Bison Slide once Trigger 2 is activated. Yep. It's just like, nope, it doesn't matter. I don't care what you think the frame data says. I don't care where it is. If they got one button, you have to respect it.
Yeah.
Bringing some staggers into it. It looks like, are we just changing costumes? We needed the breather. I like going back to character select, especially after as close as that game 1 was, and then game 2 going so thoroughly in Pinoy's favor. I like taking the extra minute as a breather, just recenter yourself.
Dang, going straight up military. It's like Dragunov Cammy, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to have to see what Gama can do over here to make this adjustment here. Again, SD Pinoy just kind of was being very, very aggressive. I feel like Gama's got to figure out, maybe, because it's the thing, right? When you're Cammy, you just want to go in. And maybe might have to try to play a little bit more defensive.
Well, I think in game 1, something that was going in Gama's favor was Gama kept going to the air, and there wasn't a lot of dive kick. What was happening was Pinoy's was going for air-to-airs as the anti-air choice, and Gama was hitting jump-in buttons very preemptively and smoking Pinoy for it. The thing is, Pinoy has now found the sort of stand fierce and stand roundhouse spacing on the ground. Oh, no, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I thought he had the punish off of the V-shift, but Psycho Axe recovers really fast, even on whiff.
Okay, dive kick, but taking our turn back after with the stand short. Pinoy going for the activation.
Here we go. Scary times here, but I like that from Pinoy, not pressing too hard. A lot of times you try to be a little too aggressive and the opponent finds that bust out. And yeah, Pinoy has not been able to sneak in those dashes like that. Nice challenge.
Yep. Critically, it takes the advantageous corner position as well, spending the bar for a little bit extra. Too far away for the throw. It doesn't matter. There's so much respect. That slow walk forward.
He whipped the throw and then was like, huh. And then just like, doo-doo-doo-doo, and then took another throw just like that.
You know how they say plus on whiff? Dictator's throw is hella plus on whiff.
All the throws are plus. They're +5 on whiff, dude, for sure. Oh, man.
All right, catching with the low forward scissor. Oh, going for a shimmy, no bite. Gama just disengages and wants to go back. You commented about Gama trying to be more defensive. I think here's the problem is if you're not going to the air, I feel like Gama's losing out on the ground game. Standing forward and low forward is not doing a fantastic job of competing with standing fierce coming out of Dictator. But Gama does find some purchase here.
Yeah, off of a jump in. As you were saying, the ground wasn't working, so he did get the jump in on Pinoy. Oh, yeah, see? Now he's scared of the cycle. That's punishable again. Oh, boy, here we go. And that's not going to be a combo situation, but that counter hit is.
That hits so meaty.
Oh, one more for the stun. And SD Pinoy is going to make the comeback all the way down, and he is going to take it over Gama. Again, Gama is such a strong player from Mexico, but man, I mean, I got to imagine this was like a first round match here, or is this late in the bracket? I'm
not
not
know.
sure.
This may well be carryovers from the previous pool wave.
That's a good
and
point.
the reason I assume that is because I looked ahead at our pool wave a little bit, and the next names that are coming up on this next match were not on my radar. So these must be carryovers from the previous pool, and what a treat for the rest of you to get to see some of these, because one of the cool things about when you get those carryovers is that means there's dope matches from the end of a pool's wave that you should not be missing.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, I think one of these players here, you know, super popular among the fans. I think everybody.
I think they've heard of him, probably.
Yeah, everybody wants to watch some John Rogg coming over here.
Yeah.
You know, one of the classic SoCal players, boxer player, you know, being known as John Rogg. He's going to be going, here's John Rogg here. He's going up against someone. It's like, I think his name is like
Diego
Uma Juarez or something. Or,
maybe.
Yeah, no, it's obviously, look, it's Daigo Umahara and
newly minted Hitbox Daigo Umahara with that
right.
Hitbox sponsorship they announced just a few days ago.
I mean, look at his jacket. It's just got like
running out of pack space.
Yeah, I feel like he's sponsored by pretty much everybody at this point in time. He's gonna have like 19 letters in front of his name. So
collecting sponsors like Infinity Stones. There's a couple of people that do that. There's a couple of people that you look and it's like, wow, there's so many letters up there. What do they all mean? Is it a word scramble? No, it's just they're that good. They're that nice.
Yeah, and Daigo, you know, I've talked to some people during the course of the weekend. They really feel like Daigo has one of the best shots to win this tournament. And, you know, obviously Daigo has been playing so well. And what a year it would be if Daigo could take the last Street Fighter V. But, again, even a player like Daigo, with the storied background, how good he is and everything like that, honestly, like, you'd be crazy to take Daigo over the field in this tournament.
Well,
like,
and that's what I was going to say is, like, with his legacy, with his pedigree, with his resume, there's still so many killers.
Yeah.
It's like there are very, very few safe bets of who is going to make. Like, even calling a top 8 feels difficult because there's like 2 or 3 names, and then outside of that, it's like there's a field.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, right now, you know, the short list that I have, like, for my predictions of top 8 would be like Idom, Mr. Crimson, you know, like names like that.
Those are my names. Those are the names I'm confident in.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Outside of that, I cannot say with certainty anything else about that top 8. And frankly, that's only so certain. But I'm certain this match is going to be dope. Daigo versus John Rogg.
I mean, it's an interesting question because obviously we talked about Idom and Mr. Crimson. That's NA and that's EU. But, you know, from the Japan region, Asia region, you know, if we had to pick one representative from there, would it be Daigo? That's a good question.
That is a good question. Tokido also here. That's another, you know, short list possibility.
Oh, yes, and this is winners in pools. Okay, so still on the winner's side. Oh, no anti-air. Yeah, I would have expected Daigo, at least with the crouching heavy punch.
Right, finding the sweep off of the low rush punch. Daigo just playing slow, methodically. Yeah, but nice jab check on the rush punch.
Again, you know, John Rogg. Oh, God, he just goes in for the overhead. John Rogg, classic SoCal player. Oh, the reset as well. John Rogg takes a round over Daigo.
Yo, y'all couldn't see it. He turned around. We can kind of hear the people in the crowd popping up a little bit. After that round, John did turn around and pointed at his boys as not.
Yeah, definitely really good friends with players like Stupendous and a bunch of the other SoCal guys. So you know he's got a bunch of supporters here.
Oh, wow. John just keeps finding purchase with all of these limbs. The standing fierce, that sweep that happened a little bit earlier to open up this sequence, and now Daigo trying to press their way out of the corner. Wow, not even a real dash. The B-skill forward going unchecked, had to bust out.
Oh no, that's going to be punishable. Just was able to block just in time. And that's one of the dangerous things is that Balrog can make it through sonic booms. And here we go. John Rock gonna get a combo here. Goes for the low instead of the overhead.
Oh my god, the overhead is working though. Closing out the first game.
Oh my god, is John Rock gonna potentially send Daigo to loser's bracket? And you see Daigo with a little bit of concern on his face. And I feel like John Rock, you know, again, I'm not gonna say he's a wild player, he plays risky, but I feel like he's trying to play very not carelessly, but, you know, unpredictably, you know, and just trying to maybe catch Daigo off guard.
Yeah, I feel like Daigo needs to do two things, right? One is you need to block those overheads, because we're 3 for 3 on V-skill overhead resets, working out in John's favor. The other thing is that standing fierce is giving Daigo problems.
Yeah, and just confirmation, this is winners finals for their pool right now. Oh, tried to go for the crush counter, crush fierce, and that's why he didn't crouch heavy punch last time, because Balrog's jumping punches are so deep.
All right, throwing up, going in behind that fireball. Now we have a life lead for Daigo. Catches with the low tick. We've got, I think, 2 more? Yeah, 2 more. The V-skill is not going to go because it carries forward just slow enough that the V-skill gets caught and around on the board for Daigo.
Daigo's like, enough! Enough of this! I defeated Justin's Balrog in Street Fighter 4. I can defeat yours too. Oh no, just the raw cross-up. Oh,
standing fierce.
It's been doing so much work for John Rock. Oh, and he gets the trade at least that time. Which is good for dial players. Are always fine taking that trade on the anti-air. This means you can't get in, but look at this. Oh, John Rock had a big combo, but instead,
okay, busting out with the EX flash kick. Doesn't want to deal with anything at range 0 coming out of John Rock. Wow, going to the air a lot right now. A lot of jumps.
Oh, the V-skill through the sonic boom. No resets for you. So now John Rock has to think about this if he ever goes for the... I mean, look, you can block in time if you do dash punch into V-skill 1. You can block, but he has tried to go for low or throw or overhead. So he's trying to be aggressive. And so, like I said, Daigo's read that. I said that John Rock's kind of playing a little bit aggressive, right? Daigo's reading that, so he's being very aggressive on the defense.
Yeah.
And now he knows that this round, John Rock's going to be thinking about it, and so that's going to be able to open up the ability to stop the V-skill 1 mix-ups.
V-skill, nice check coming out of Daigo, who's playing. Actually, Daigo is meeting John's aggression with his own aggression right now. Like, well, if I can't fight John from outside of Stand Fierce range, I'm gonna fight him inside of Stand Fierce range. Just shy of closing it out, upside down kick for the throw shimmy attempt. John Rock finds the throw, but the crouch jab through the V-skill.
And this is what we're talking. This is why Daigo is one of the greatest right now. His ability to make the adjustments. Now, I'm not saying that John won't be able to make the adjustments back right now, but he's got to do it quick because Daigo is at match point.
Air to air, the EX flash kick again.
This is what I mean. He knows that John is being very aggressive in the mix-up situation, so he's willing to throw out that EX flash kick. He knows this is the MO from John. John wants to be as aggressive in the mix-ups as possible, so he's just gonna flash kick and end all of that. And now trying not to give John Rock any chance. Yeah, he knows that's negative. Oh god, that wasn't in time.
Yeah, that would have been huge damage. That would have been a big reset opportunity, but it's not gonna matter. Too little, too late. Daigo does stabilize and close out 2-1 to get out of the pool.
God, I don't want to get it wrong. Was it Dr. African or was it Zaffarino that was talking about the jumping whiff punish technique? They just put out a video. It might have been Zaffarino. Actually, was it Dr. African?
It might. I don't remember seeing it from Zaf, so I immediately assume it's Dr. African.
It probably was Dr. African's video out there, so shout outs to him. But basically, he was talking about jumping at certain ranges so that when the person tries the anti-air, that they're gonna miss.
Yes.
And you whiff punish the anti-air with your own jump attack. That's exactly what Daigo just did at the end. He jumped at John Rock. John Rock crouch fierce, it whiffed, and then Daigo pressed the jump kick so much later than you normally would. Because a lot of times when you jump at somebody and you try to hit the button early so that you catch them off guard, Daigo purposely held on to that jump kick for a very long time, waited till it whiffed, and then he got the jump kick in there, was able to finish the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of people innovating on stuff like that. There's a lot of like people having immaculate spacing with like empty jumps that bait the anti-airs and bait them in a similar fashion. And it's when you've played this game for this long, you squeeze every bit of life and every bit of optimization that you can out of things. And we're going to squeeze every bit that we can out of this break. We will come back in just a quick moment with even more fantastic Street Fighter V action coming at you from EVO 2022. So don't go away. And welcome back to EVO 2022 Street Fighter V, hitting you with the pools in action, already in action. I am Brad Muse. Joining me, one of the voices of Street Fighter 6. Yes, I am going to bring it up. James Chen.
Oh, man. Yeah. Is it going to kill? Is it good? No,
I watched the clip, and as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, they gave him his catchphrase.
Yeah.
There we go.
I couldn't put the other catchphrase in there.
No, I mean, someone's going to mod it.
I know, right?
If we can put Maximilian in DNF as a character, we can put your other catchphrase on.
Yeah,
those are for the after-hour streams.
Basically, yeah. But you know what? I mean, dude, Chris CCH.
Yes. Also newly minted. Lots of new sponsors in the last couple of weeks. Yeah.
TSM.
Huge pull.
Huge pickup. And I mean, shout outs to him. I mean, that's hard work right there, getting noticed and all the notoriety, all starting from that one Red Bull Kumite where he started tearing up the pictures and stuff. I mean, that was probably the defining moment for Chris CCH. That was what put him on, put him in the minds of everybody and like, oh, okay, this is a kid that we got to pay attention to. And so shout outs to Filipino man, because he's the one who came up with the picture tearing. But two, shout outs to the hard work. But the thing about it is he's going up against iPeru. Now, these are iPeru and 801 Strider are the two strongest players from Utah. And they dominated the Street Fighter 4 scenes late in the cycle there. And there are two players that you could see just growing stronger and stronger over the years. I haven't seen them in the online, during the lockdown these past 2.5 years.
Not very much. I know I saw 801 Strider play yesterday.
Yes.
Rocking the Alex at the time, and now we got iPeru on the Laura. Unfortunately, on the back foot for CCH with the frame trap, or rather the tick throw, is going to be able to get the kill in this first round. And I have to say, from iPeru, there were a couple of interesting I don't want to say mistakes, but there were spots like counter hit, jab, elbow, and then going for jab, frame traps after when you had guaranteed damage. These little minor optimizations that we're not necessarily seeing.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, like a lot of people don't talk about this, but Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5, two very different games.
Oh, yeah.
And, in Street Fighter 4, during the beginning of Street Fighter 4, it was clear that iPeru was a stronger player than 801 Strider. And over the course of the time, Strider got a lot stronger. But then even then, I remember when Street Fighter 5 came out, 801 Strider was talking about how he was having so much trouble adapting to this game. And it's a different mindset. And iPeru has never seemed to feel like quite have found that success in Street Fighter V that he had in the Street Fighter 4 days, whereas someone like Chris CCH was born and raised on Street Fighter V.
Yep, rocking that Luke. I know a sore spot. We heard if you watched the US versus EU exhibition last night, you heard the chants, the same chants we heard over at Combo Breaker when they did that the Midwest versus West Coast exhibition that you were speaking to earlier. Finding that hit confirm on the whole forward though.
Was that EU chanting it against Mena RD or?
No, they were chanting it against Chris, I think. I don't think they said it about Mena.
Okay. Well, you know what?
Because that's not the meme.
You
don't repurpose the meme.
True. But the whole thing about it, there was shout-outs to Chris because, like, he's still finding its mark. Oh, God.
Yeah, but this is a very dominant round once again for Chris CCH. The next hit, any hit could stun. Okay, oh my God, I don't even care. Rocking out the EX reversal to close out the round for iPeru's one chance for it off of the trigger activation into EX clap. Not respecting the EX clap at all. iPeru hasn't really been able to play.
Yeah, and again, that's just character knowledge right there. Laura's like to go for that sequence. And Chris CCH was like, that's not a true block string, so I'm going to punish you for that. And that is just character knowledge. And like I said, Street Fighter V is more about the situations. The situations are so important, and you got to study them all. And look at this, Chris CCH about to get the stun. Is it going to be a throw? No.
Oh, no, it wasn't. God. Going for the back sway again. We should have the damage to close this out. Absolutely. absolutely will. Chris CCH, a clean and confident 2-0.
Oh, dude, and dude, Peru literally, he's never seen V-Skill 2 before.
Right.
He was asking about, he's like, what was that? What is going on? Yeah.
It's interesting. I feel like when Luke dropped, it was all V-Skill 1. Everybody wanted the Popeye
Oh,
arms.
yeah.
And Chris is now the second or third person I've seen this weekend rocking the V-Skill 2. So it's coming up a little bit in popularity, it seems.
Yeah. You know, I do want to mention, you know, obviously, Peru, you know, got pretty beat up that match, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, like I said, he hasn't had that same success in Street Fighter 5 as in Street Fighter 4, but he got pretty far in the brackets going up against Chris ECH,
right.
You know, and that late in the brackets. And honestly, like, that's just through natural talent and skill.
Right.
So,
Right.
you know, again, I haven't seen Peru and 801 Strider in forever. Because, like I said, they haven't been playing in any of the online stuff during the pandemic. Seeing them here this weekend playing again, I mean, seriously, I'm so happy. I've been seeing so many old faces. And, like, I didn't realize how emotional I was going to get.
We all knew you were going to, though.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
But that's fine. Is it an EVO if that doesn't happen? Yeah. It's an emotional experience. It's like, what, 20 years of EVO now? All the merch is showing 20 years. There's that wall, the arcade stick museum on display over there. This is my first EVO personally, and it's wild to be here, and you step in and you immediately feel steeped in this legacy, in this history and culture built around this event and this shared experience and love for fighting games and this competitive spirit.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite things is that every tournament has a different feel.
Yes.
And even though Rick is now in charge of both Combo Breaker and EVO, he's done a really good job continuing that kind of thing. I've always said Combo Breaker is a celebration of the community. And EVO has always just been a celebration of the fighting game genre. You know, it's like it's the history, it's the pedigree, you know, it's all that. And, you know, Rick has really brought that out. And, dude, I mean, some of the touches, I know I talked about this on stream yesterday, so apologies for people who heard this already, but I came in through the main entrance, you know, the regular entrance line over there. And they have like the monitors sitting on the CRTs sitting on the ground.
CRTs
with like the green AV signs on there.
I saw that Video 3 in the corner.
Yeah, and like there was the arcade cabinets. Yeah, dude, it's like the celebration of the history and like. I mean, I felt like a Disneyland ride when I was sitting there looking at all those, you know, TVs, like in the lines, like in Star Tours. You're like, look at the robots. Oh, my God. And I was just like, oh, my God, the monitors. This is so cool. So shout outs to Rick for doing such a great job this year.
Yep, it looks like we are getting situated with this next match. Broly Legs versus what we see on the monitor is Haber. I do say, is that an SMT Nocturne shirt? I think that's what that is.
Oh, I don't know. You'd have to tell me.
I'd have to tell you, not a JRPG person.
I mean,
I believe that it is. Shoutouts to Nocturne. Great, brutal RPG. Hopefully an easier experience, or hopefully a harder experience playing SMT Nocturne than one's performance at EVO. I think if that's your benchmark, you're like, I hope that this is not as bad as not using status effects in an SMT game.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, for JRPGs, I'm just a Final Fantasy guy.
Sure, nothing wrong with it. That's the FF14 is the fighting game retirement home now.
Dude, it's the same problem as fighting games right now. You know, JRPGs take up a lot of time, so I can only pick certain ones. And then fighting games right now, dude,
so many.
You know, there's something so great. No, there are a lot of things so great right now because there's so many good fighting games out there. But, you know, I do want to take the time to talk about Broly Legs.
Okay.
To me, just absolutely one of the most inspirational stories of the FGC. And just, you know, anytime you feel like you can't do anything, you take a look at Broly Legs and see what he's managed to accomplish.
Right.
You know, I mean, literally.
I'll show you.
Life determined that he was not allowed to play fighting games. And he just said, screw you, life. I'm going to play fighting games, and I'm going to be damn good at them. So shout outs to Broly Legs, dude.
Playing the chun into Haber's. Cammy already on the back foot. Nice throw tech coming out of Broly Legs, and now in the driver's seat. Oh, early V-shift from Haber.
But that's one of the nice things about Cammy, you know, 2-bar V-trigger 1. She can afford it a lot more than other characters can.
Oh,
God, love that delay in the air, the change of the jumping trajectory.
Oh, getting the side swap. Oh no, no follow-up on the stand strong combo. We had the link too. I'm a little bit surprised that we didn't see much coming out of it. Broly Legs using that trigger one. He's so much trigger one out of tons this weekend.
Interesting. I mean, I know trigger two has generally been the more fun. No, it was too late. It was too late. It was too late. Yeah. Got action. The activation actually got punished right there.
Round 2. Fight.
Broly Legs taking round number 1.
Doing a fantastic job of controlling this ground game. Haber hasn't been able to get anything started. And what I was about to say was Haber's going to have to go to the air because they're not able to play on the ground game. But the fact that Broly Legs immediately goes to the neutral jump, like, no, I have an answer for your dive kick too. Don't get it twisted. You don't get to play the video game.
Oof. Fishing in there with that towards heavy kick at the hit, and again, that neutral jump roundhouse. And he's done it every single time. Haber has tried to go into the air. And so Broly Legs just has a read on that timing. Gonna go for the EX legs. I mean, that is one thing that you have to know about Broly Legs.
Had the down charge, went for the cheeky neutral jump stuff. Broly Legs didn't even care. First game on the board.
So, I mean, and if you guys are new to EVO streams and you have not seen Broly Legs play, obviously you can tell he uses the controller, the analog stick, mostly with his cheek, presses a lot of the buttons with his tongue, and basically has enough muscle control over one of his hands to hit a couple of the other buttons. He does a lot of this by, for example, he does not have a heavy kick button. He only has a 3 kicks button. And so he uses that for heavy kick and for EXs at the same time. And so that's why, like, a lot of times you always see him finish combos into EX legs instead of roundhouse legs. But he makes it work, and it's so inspiring how strong he is in so many of these games, despite all these limitations.
Going for that trigger one activation. This pressure sequence so bad. Walk forward, standing strong. Broly Legs on set point.
Yeah, and again, from Texas region, one of the strongest players in stream, and he does a lot of teaching too. He teaches players as well. He's a coach. Oh no!
Even going for the throw after.
Oh no! And there's the stun. He's got a little bit of an execution error. Never mind.
The most American of resets. I don't know if that was supposed to be a reset, but it ended up being one. Broly Legs taking it 2-0. I'm intrigued too because we could see before it cut back to the players. Maybe I'm just bad, but you know, I get stunned. I know you're supposed to mash out a stun. I usually never bother because people know how much time do you have before the stun is going to end, and that's how people have optimized all of those stun sequences out so much. So, but Haber was mashing out of that stun.
Yeah, again,
I commend it.
Again, you know, I like to talk about, you know, the things, you know, Broly Legs. I think it was like, you know, obviously to travel around, his brother, they have a special van to be able to carry around the table that he's on all the time. And I think it was either the van or the table broke down. The community came together, helped them get a new one and such. And, you know, it's just one of those really honestly great feel-good stories, you know, in the FGC. And one of my favorite Broly Legs stories, I'm going to steal this because this is David's story, not mine.
Take it.
But he was playing.
David's busy.
Yeah, exactly. He was playing Broly in Street Fighter 4 online, and Broly was just having fun with some El Fuerte. And so David was like fighting against his El Fuerte. He's like, oh, I'm going to risk the uppercut here because he probably can't do run, stop, fierce, run, stop, fierce. And Broly blocked the uppercut, and what happened? Run, stop, fierce, run, stop. David was like,
it'll happen to anybody. It can happen to you. It can happen to you.
Oh, man.
Oh, God. But yeah, for Haber, I mean, to talk a little bit about Haber, though, we really didn't see you commented on the lack of anti-air at one point. You know, there wasn't a lot of anti-air. I like that we tried to introduce verticality and bringing in, you know, regular jump in versus dive kick jump in. I think the problem was Broly Legs was so immediately ready for that with the neutral jump roundhouses. And it's like, it has this wide horizontal hitbox where what was happening was Broly Legs was standing in this range where regardless of which choice Haber made once they went to the air, the neutral jump roundhouse was just going to connect anyway. So I think like, getting more confident in the ground game, in general because you needed to represent that. Obviously, easier said than done. It's Chun-Li.
Yeah.
And bringing out a little bit more anti-airs of your own to deal with some of the verticality that Broly Legs is bringing in. Because if you know that neutral jump roundhouse is coming, you can kind of wait and sniff that out, stand in a range where it's going to happen, and like dash forward DP or something like that.
Even with some Cammy, her DP goes so far forward, you definitely don't even need to dash forward. You can punish neutral jumps pretty well with Cammy. So it looks like the next match we have coming up here, JB. Transplant from New York to Los Angeles area. So he went from the best area to another gray area of Street Fighter. So, you know.
Hold on. The best. So for Street Fighter 5, you would say New York is the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Like, is anybody going to even debate that?
I don't know that anybody would, but now you're saying it on air for everyone watching at home.
I mean,
so
champions
I had to take a moment to be like, wait, hold on. Let's get this on the record. Let's get this on the record. I'm East Coast. I'm not New York, but I'm East Coast.
Right.
So I'm going to take that by proxy.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. Dude, like, I can't lie, dude. Right? Idom, Shine, Art, Punk even, you know, from that area too. But it is going to be JB versus Eclodam?
I'm going to say Eclodam.
Eclodam, okay. And obviously, you know, we don't have lower cases here, so a lot of times the names might be like E.H. Clodam, you know, and we can't tell. So apologies to him.
Hey, and if anybody does know, absolutely feel free to let us know on Twitter so we can correct that in the future, because I love finding out about some of these players.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But JB, you know, very interesting story because he was a player who came into Street Fighter V and started dominating right away. You know, it's hard work for most players to get good at fighting games. Then there's occasionally you'll run into some of those players that just, for some reason, they just get it. And JB is definitely one of those players. He came in and started being one of the best almost instantaneously.
Sometimes it's in your blood, like the blood on the floor right now as Eclodam gets smoked out by the off-the-wall mix coming out of JB. You could see Eclodam had a little bit of a sequence there as they started to push out of the corner. I think the thing was, it seemed like they so desperately wanted the command grab for the side switch that they were surrendering a bunch of damage. Nice backdash, getting around the throw attempt, but still, I'm fearful that Eclodam is going to tunnel vision on trying to get the side switch.
Oh, counter hit combos into the corner. And now one good sequence here will be a stun, and the shimmy is gonna do it. And JB gonna take that first game in quick fashion.
Yeah, the ground game for JB was very dominant. We could see, I mean, Eclodam, when they were in range 0 and found the spots to be able to stick out like a low short, it was going all right. I think it's just that, you know, they got cornered so fast. You change the way you approach structuring your offense when you're trying to, you know, decide for playing screen position versus playing damage.
And one thing I just wanted to point out was that Eclodam saw him rolling the shoulders and everything like that. This is honestly one of my favorite parts of offline, is being able to see the players, seeing how they're reacting in between the matches. I know I tell this story a lot to people, but you know, Ricky Ortiz is one of my favorite players because she always looks at the opponent in between matches. And she tries to judge their emotions. Because like if you see them like nodding their head, you're like, okay, then I'll just change up my strategy. If you see them shaking their head, you're like, blood in the water, go in there. Yeah. And so there's so many little extra touches to, you know, there was the debate on the side-by-side versus head-to-head.
Yeah.
I love side-by-side. And I know I'm biased, but, you know, I love that kind of stuff because I love that human interaction.
So one of my favorite stories, one of my favorite experiences with that type of offline specific interaction was when the Cafe ID crew came to do KOF 13 at EVO, and they had that, you know, the 3-chair setup to put themselves in a little isolation box so you couldn't see or hear the buttons. That was actually next level. Or of course you've got Tokido with the measuring tape to stand at the optimal distance. Speaking of optimal distance, optimally finding those low forwards and starting to get a little bit out of JB as Eclodam. But as I say that, Rashid so capable of doing those side switches on his own.
Ooh, that was actually a great trade for Eclodam, but still couldn't quite get out of the corner. And now JB has, okay, there it is, gets another one of those jumping down medium punches in the air.
Yeah, there hasn't really been a great answer for the body splash there. I think even in game 1 as well, some of Equidam sequences were starting off of that. And in that spot, it makes sense. There's so much happening about trying to get out of the corner. If you go for the body splash and end up staying in the corner, it's not going to be the expectation of JB. Okay, reversal crouching jab. Go for the side switch, but once again,
read,
it's so linearly being played. It's so transparently about trying to steal the corner position back. That's how JB knows just to backdash or back jump in all of these situations.
Yeah, a lot of the things that you can kind of tell the way that Equidam is playing, it's a situation where he's trying to go for the Mika sequences that work. The problem is you're playing against another opponent, and if they know the Mika sequences that work, you've got to adjust your sequences to the player itself, to themselves. And so it's not as straightforward as like, okay, let's go for this mix-up in this situation. Because JB is sniffing out a lot of stuff. But here we go, Equidam gets the hit.
The double backdash getting away from the jump in. We're trying to generate some plus frames a whole lot. Wow, 3 full charge drop kicks. JB doesn't care at all. The next hit will be able to close out this round and just backing off.
Yeah, he's waiting for the activation. There it is. And now he's either got to win or this super right here is, oh, actually he doesn't even bother. I figured JB was just going to mash out a super in that situation. I don't think Mika could have did anything to get away from that chip damage there.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I mean, just sticking out the low short there, that's another one of those you talked about wanting to do the Mika stuff, right? Like the sort of layer 1, what we all see. And it was very much, even that sequence there was constructed the way that you usually see Mikas do that sequence. And exactly like you said, if people actually know the way that your character constructs that offense, then they are interacting with that, and now you need to iterate.
Right. I mean, it was interesting because I've seen JB. We saw JB standing heavy punch the drop kick earlier,
right,
and punish it. And so when he did drop kick and then to do a second drop kick, the first thought that came into my head was that there's no way he's going to get away with the third one. And he tried the third one, and sure enough, JB just had the counter right there ready to go.
Yeah, stubborn. There was definitely stubbornness there.
Yeah, but, you know, Equidam definitely had those moments there where it looked like he had the ability to get something going, but then JB just always had the right read at the right time. And so, yep, JB is going to be moving on the winner side bracket.
Yeah, good for them. Congratulations. Evo stage.
Yeah, it's very nervous playing here on the stage. So if you're nervous playing on the stage, why not play Street Fighter on your mobile platform here? Street Fighter Duel, the Capcom authorized mobile game, is now available for download in China with a global version coming soon. The epic legend is reborn on mobile. Download Street Fighter Duel now. And let's fight for each other and join the journey with millions of players to time to fly. Time to fly. I have to do it. But to become the best fighter. Like, I can't see this thing without thinking of that song anymore, dude.
Yeah, it also isn't, there's a lot of great costume redesigns that I feel like we've seen with that. And you know what else we're going to see is we're going to see Street Fighter League, US, Japan, and Europe all coming at you later this year on Capcom Fighters and Capcom Fighters JP. Europe, Street Fighter League, that's going to be dope.
I'm so happy for the EU region, honestly, because they've always been kind of lumped into the US region, but to be able to have their own Street Fighter League, I am just over the moon for the EU players because, I mean, obviously they're some of the strongest. I mean, they've got some of the best players in the world right now. So I'm so excited for Street Fighter League EU.
Yeah, no, they absolutely deserve it. Shout outs to them and shout outs to everybody that's been working on making sure that there's platforms in that region to highlight some of the best players in the world. We were talking about Mr. Crimson on that short list.
To make it Phil's, Hurricane, I mean, the list, Phenom, Reichsman, Barnett, like the list goes on and on. There's a reason why IDOM has said that he feels like EU is actually stronger than NA these days, you know?
Hey, the 10v10 last night, the data lines up with that, with how that went. We are going to go on a quick break before we come at you with even
and welcome back to Evolution 2022. We are continuing on with some more Street Fighter V action, more pools action. I'm James Chen.
Brad Muse here, rocking it with James, bringing the next match, Jamal Blue and Gamerby.
Gamerby. Look, I'm gonna try not to let my biases come here. Obviously, Gamerby, one of my favorite players, one of my, a great friend in the fighting game community here. So many second places in Street Fighter 4, and again in Street Fighter 5. Similar to how I was talking about Peru, never really quite found his. I mean, obviously he would place high, do really, really well, but Oil King kind of became the champion of Taiwan after a while. But Gamerby, like I said, I've been such a good friend with him for such a long time, and then on top of everything, he now plays Lucia, which is my main character.
I mean, there you go. What I will say is, I know Gamerby played Nikali for a while, and as a legacy Gamerby fan, from the Street Fighter 4 era, from watching, of all the stages. To see him on, made that big name for himself with the famous win over Justin in Street Fighter 4, and I think that was 2010.
2010,
on the 8-on, and I feel like even just in 5, it never really felt like there was a character that I felt like fit what I felt like he was trying to do.
Right. I mean, the only constant with Gamerby is he's playing a character with a DP.
Okay.
That's what he's told me. He cannot play a character without a DP. So Lucia's got one of those, as we saw a little bit earlier. But I want to see, it's interesting to see how Gamerby is going to approach, because I think Lucia is one of the most deceptive characters. Again, I can talk about her for 10 hours because this is the character that I use here. But a lot of people try to use Lucia like a Karin, like a Cammy, in your face, rush down. And she doesn't actually work that well that way.
I feel like it's very trap focused. Like you want to set up the fireballs, and it's these intricate situations where you're nesting your offense around set up and then pay off.
Right, exactly. And as you can see right there, Jamal Blue taking that first round very solidly. But there we go, Gamerby with that EX bust out. Okay, good whip punish with that sweep. She does have a very good sweep. And like I said, Gamerby, the reason why he likes those having a DP, because his anti-airs are usually on point.
Oh, nice wake-up jab. Gets away from the meaty situation coming out of Jamal Blue.
Yeah, just going to go for this simple combo. Oh, actually, he does spin the trigger.
Jesus.
He wants the corner carry, but again, one of Lucia's biggest problems is the target combos and stuff. Multi-part moves really kills her damage. She gets so much scaling, but the neutral jump on the throw bait, her jumping heavy kick hitting very far down.
Yeah. What I liked about that too is you saw that it's not, Gamerby got the knockdown. He didn't just go right for the neutral jump. He walked forward for a couple of frames to generate the threat of like, hey, I'm getting into throw range, and then the neutral jump happened. That delayed reaction out of Jamal Blue was part of what really made that work. Trades the first hit, Gamerby stuck in that corner, now actually getting away with jumping out, and despite the fact that old Zeku having that DP, we're not seeing a whole lot of anti-airs coming out from Jamal Blue.
Yeah, it's interesting that Jamal is running with the old Zeku majority of the time instead of ever going into the young Zeku. There we go. So now we've got two running characters. But here we go, Gamerby again staying with this pressure here. Again, not playing a very fireball heavy game at all.
Okay, went for the tick throw. We see the tech EX run to try to get in and generate some offense. We're not seeing a whole lot. Meeting the fierce with the sweep, and Gamerby cashing out. How far are we going to cash out here? Spending the 1 bar. And once again, look at this corner carry, coast to coast.
Definitely one of Lucia's biggest strengths is that corner carry, but then he goes for the cross up. And so now he puts himself in the corner. This is a dangerous position to be in.
Look at that walk back into the whip punish with the low forward V-trigger cash out, but Gamerby still has this life lead. Fireballs finally coming out.
All right, but unfortunately for Jamal right now, needs to find a way to get a hit in there. Down in life, still alive off of that light. Woo, okay. Smoke and mirrors, razzle dazzle.
My man is fishing, but no anti-airs. You're in the young Zeku. You do not have it on deck. My guy, first game on the board for Gamerby. And yeah, not a lot of fireballs, just very solid, I think, ground game. You talked about like people want to play her like the Karin, play that ground game. And I feel like that's kind of what we saw out of Gamerby stylistically in that first game. And, sticking with the old Zeku in that context, I think makes sense. I feel like he's the more footsies-oriented form of the character. You've got the, Graham to play sort of a pseudo fireball game. Problem is, it didn't ultimately end up working out because he was on the back foot for too long. And when Young Zeku was coming out, I think GamerB's defense, he just had a great finger on the pulse of how Jamal was going to construct the offense. We weren't seeing no bites in the frame traps, no bites in the shimmies. And then even there was a sequence in the first round where Jamal went to try to meaty GamerB, and the meaty timing was off. So GamerB was getting wake-up jabs.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Lucia up close might be one of the, and in the corner, might be one of the scariest characters in the game. So, you know, there is definitely that rushdown potential. It's just the neutral right here. He doesn't have a lot of great range, but again, if Jamal is not going to anti-air GamerB, and GamerB is going to get those jump heavy kicks in there like that, then you know what? GamerB is going to be doing just fine, has the corner position right here.
V-reversal, we're completely okay with that. Frame trap game opening up, had to bust out with the EX reversal to Jamal. Another thing to point out is Jamal is running V skill 1, and I feel like very commonly we see skill 2 out of Zeku now.
Yeah, and you know, one of the big differences between the two players right now, like I said, GamerB anti-airing a lot of Jamal's jumps. Jamal has not been able to get anti-air most of GamerB's jumps. Let's see if that can actually change at this point.
Oh!
Trying to get in there, couldn't do it.
Yeah, great reaction out of GamerB to check the run there. And I mean, what were we going to get out of that, right? What was the goal? Run into overhead?
I feel like it was just an execution error. I mean, he might have tried to run stop and just miss.
Maybe that makes far more sense.
Yeah.
But even so, right? Like GamerB was ready with the check either way, checking the cash CA in the corner, big damage. What a healthy lead for what might be the last round of the set.
GamerB is trying to keep this corner pressure a little bit, but I like that Jamal Blue was able to bust out, but then GamerB finding the right moment to find the counter poke. Here we go, activation, tries to go for the throw, but great tech from GamerB. Knows that Jamal wants to put him in the corner. Trying to wake up with some buttons. Gonna be good damage here, not quite enough.
Yep, good throw tech out of Jamal, but this is such a life deficit. You had to burn the V-trigger to keep yourself safe and start to press the issue. GamerB went for the throw. Not a big whiff punish. Straight back to old. We do have CA on deck, but we're cashing out everything in the EX grams, and the trade is going to close it out for GamerB. That was confident.
Yeah, nicely done by GamerB. And again, glad to see him back in the action over here and playing some Street Fighter. Sponsored by Brook now. And again, GamerB, like I said, I mean, when he first showed up in 2010, he was already a veteran fighting game player. Like, I mean, look, I have the benefit of this too, Asian don't raisin, but you know, GamerB definitely, you know, has been playing fighting games for a long time. I mean, in fact, when I talked to him early in the Street Fighter 4 era, he had told me he was like a Virtua Fighter 2 champion from like years before. There's like some footage on YouTube, I think, of him playing in like a Virtua Fighter 2 tournament or a Virtua Fighter 3 tournament from like early 2000s or something like that. It's crazy. So he's been doing this for quite some time.
You really hit me with Asian don't raisin. I've never heard that phrase before in my life.
Oh man, yep.
I love it. That's gonna live with me now. Sitting down on the sticks, Xset's own Iodom. We've talked about him. I'm sure everybody's talked about him all weekend. Gonna be one of the names that I think a lot of people are expecting to make it super deep in this bracket. Always an easy pick. It's a boring easy pick. So yeah, and Idom's gonna do good.
I mean, he was top 8 in 2019 in the last offline, so he was right there. But he's going up against interesting Tekken player. This is Book. A very, very well-known Tekken player, one of the strongest in Tekken 7, playing some Street Fighter 5 here. And what's your reward? You get to play against Idom.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, and Idom, of course, you know, the premier Laura player. I mean, you know, I know Japan hasn't ever really ranked Laura particularly high.
No.
But frankly, I don't think anybody's really ever rated Laura very high. The only reason why people want to rate Laura high is because of Idom.
Right, and there's something to be said that I think when you rate characters, right, when you're talking about tier lists, the goal is that you're trying to talk about stuff in a vacuum. You know, you're talking about like 2 players of equal skill, you're playing it in a vacuum. Well, how's the matchup go? The interesting thing is, I think Laura, as this sort of hybrid grappler type character, is so predicated on how good is the player playing her doing at reading the opponent.
Yes.
And that's something that's very hard to evaluate in a vacuum.
Mhm,
and IDOM is very likely the best in the world at being able to tune into that. And it's like I said yesterday, I was like, there are very few players that I think can clutch it up when it really counts the way IDOM did. Watch Combo Breaker 2 months ago, Grand Finals, Kaba IDOM.
Oh, yeah.
Kaba was playing the hell out of that set.
Yeah.
And it's like Grand Finals reset, and it's like IDOM remembered who he was.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, right. I win these.
I am IDOM.
I win these. Sorry,
And
I forgot for a minute that I win these.
But I mean, honestly, too. I mean, you know, one of the reasons why I bring up Laura is that, you know, in the hands of IDOM, very strong.
Yeah.
But you know what? Plays a mean Poison too.
That's what I was gonna say too. Is, you know, you
Poison,
talk about
obviously one of the strongest characters in the game.
right.
You know,
and it's such a. What's interesting is watching the way IDOM plays Poison and the way he plays Laura, and seeing where the commonality is. And it's all in the construction of that strike throw, right? Both of them have that ability to be like, all right, I'm gonna spend the 1 bar. You know, you're at range 0. You have to deal with my mix-up. And the way that IDOM uses the characters' different tools to navigate neutral against different players in different matchups, but still manage to thread the needle back to that same sort of spot of like, at the end of the day, I'm mixing you. That's happening. You're getting blended, my guy. Will it blend? Absolutely. Take a look at this crowd out here watching some Street Fighter V pools action. You see in the back, I think that's, speaking of Tekken, you can see the Tekken stream in the back. There's the Strive stream. This venue is massive. I sent a photo to my wife when I came in yesterday. She's like, that's a lot of people. I was like, I got half of the venue.
Right,
in the photo.
Honestly, this place is ginormous. In fact, shout outs to all of everybody who is running the Vortex Gallery.
Yes.
The complete opposite end of the venue is all of Vortex Gallery. I was hanging out there watching some Guilty Gear Xrd last night.
Okay.
And Vortex Gallery's running what, like 40 games, 50
something
games,
like that.
700 games or something like that. You know, they have every game in the book over there, and so this venue is ginormous. In between all of that is the little arcade, the artist alleys, and the PlayStation booth, and all these things like that, and the stick museum that you were talking about. Dude, it is massive here, and I love it, and it's just so great to see again, to be able to be in this environment again. You know, every year you just see how EVO continues to grow, and everybody that I've talked to has been having a blast here, and I'm like, so happy to see this all coming back together. Obviously, we're still trying to be very safe as much as possible.
Do as much
and everything.
as we can.
Exactly. So, same to everybody out there. Please stay safe as much as you guys can. You know, and but oh man, this venue is just so
it's stellar.
Gigantic.
It's stellar. And it's like you can walk 5 minutes in any direction and find, you know, a vendor or someone in Artist Alley or some game happening somewhere that, you know, you won't find if you even alter your trajectory by like 5 degrees. You know, you're gonna find something else. I went and stopped by the junk food booth earlier, and there were people playing Marvel on the junk food booth, and I was like, Marvel 3 on the snack box? Say less.
I mean, honestly, like, there's also all these people playing Street Fighter 6 at the Capcom booth, you know, at the King of Fighters, at the SNK booth. The Orochi CYS is playable over there as well.
Yeah, they announced that DLC is coming out on Monday, right?
Yeah.
There's a drop for you.
Man, that everybody who's actually at EVO is not going to be able to play them because they're going to be traveling.
Traveling, right? Complete mix.
Oh,
well, hey, if you're at EVO, you got to play them here.
That's true.
You got to play them a little bit early. So the day -2, -1, that all makes up for it. But you talked about Street Fighter 6. I think it's fair to say that you've probably had your hands on Street Fighter 6 at least once in your life.
You know what the scariest thing is? I have never touched the game. I have never touched the game. I have not played the game a single second, not 1 second, and I am being 100% honest here. Never touched the game for 1 second so far.
I wasn't prepared for that answer. I was all set for like some coy, like, yeah, you know, I've played it once or twice. No, that's got to be a lie.
Dude,
no, it isn't a lie. You know what's bad is I completely
production,
believe you.
No, that is not a lie, dude. That is 100%.
I believe that you showed up in an ISO booth, recorded your lines, and then had to go home and do like Street Fighter or Strive commentary or something.
The thing that I will say is that, yes, I've actually seen the game before most people have.
But seen and played are different beasts.
It's completely different things, so.
Speaking of beasts, the beast that is Idom versus the Tekken Pro, Talon's own Book, playing the Ken immediately, that with punish, with the crouching fierce. That's like one of the money buttons for Laura.
And has the perfect timing on that meaty light elbow to be plus. Again, so much of this game is predicated on the +2 -2 concept for the Street Fighter V RPS. Laura, in fact, one of my favorite characters to illustrate that, based off of that light elbow right there. Raw, the light elbow is -2, on hit it's +2. So you have to know, is it your turn? Is it there? If you block it, you have to make sure you have your shimmy ready to go. If she hits you, she has her, I'm not shimmy, the RPS mix-up ready to go. And if she hits you with the light elbow, she's got her mix-ups ready to go.
Yo, that cross-cut EXDP saving Book, finding this corner position now by way of the fact that Idom actually went for the side swap off of the EX clap flip tech reset.
Yep, so there you go. And a backdash right there from Idom. Oh, God, the frame trap into the crouching heavy punch.
That's such an interesting situation, too.
Oh, what?
Oh, wow. Going for the cross under.
And Book neutral jump after the command grab, and Idom happened to jump, too. I don't know if that was the read from Idom. It worked out for him, but look at this. Book has Idom in the corner, has a chance to perhaps just get found. Didn't get the confirm on the single hit of the crouching medium kick.
Oh my God, raw activate into the overhead. Okay, Book, I see you, read him like one. Found the overhead in the sequence. Idom was forced to raw activate and dies accordingly. One round apiece. Book's placement of the low forward has been really good.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, he does not have the single hit confirmed.
Another cross-cut DP in the same sequence and in the same way, Idom corners himself.
Reversal Tatsu there. Okay, goes for the mix-up. A nice escapes the command throw. Oh, he could have got so much more damage off of that.
He wanted the throw reset to go to the corner.
Oh, he's going to go for the super? No, not quite yet. One more hit into the super, and he's going to be able to put Idom into... Oh, no, the fireball's still there to protect him.
Smoked by the overhead.
It was so meaty. It was so meaty. I can't believe that whole thing comboed.
Oh, spent the bar. Cashing out a fair bit. Trigger off the board. No! Anti-air! Idom by the hair of his chinny chin chin. If Book had found the DP, that would have been game one, but gets away with the jump in fierce. What a close first game. And we're going right back into it. No deliberation, no delineation.
100% Book saw that jump and was like, oh, I got to block. No, wait, if I DP, I win. And he tried to DP at the last second, was a little too slow and got caught. That's why he didn't even block the jump fierce as well.
And you can see that Book doesn't really have an answer for the way that Idom is now starting to use even more of the slow flash.
Oh my God.
That did a chunk.
Yeah. Okay, and Idom now taking that gift that he got with that free jump in at the end of the last round, and he's trying to run with it here. Very scary, almost went down 0-1. See if he can actually take this 2-0 again. It's 2 out of 3 here in the pools.
Nice placement on the crouching strong.
And for the players, ooh, nice whip punish from Book. Okay. Speaking of whiff punishes, there's Idom's whiff punish. And again, Book busting out of a lot of situations with the EXDP, and it's something that Idom has not been able to read properly from Book yet, is when he wants the EXDP now.
Oh, no, the cross-cut DP does not come out. Idom gets that corner position once again. Stand jab trades. Oh, the shimmy brings out. We're just barely alive, but the delayed crouch strong does close it out. Idom 2-0, but that first game was rocky.
Dude, that was crazy to me because, again, Ken is not a 3-frame character unless he uses the light Tatsu. And Idom got that meaty light elbow in there and was probably +1 or +2. Talon challenged with a button, and they traded. Laura has a 3-frame button, but in the end, it wasn't enough, though. I mean, unfortunately for Book, it was a trade, and so he didn't get a counter hit or anything like that.
Yeah, Book was, you could see that Book was I don't know that Book was necessarily playing by the frames the whole time, right? There was there was a lot of spots. Maybe playing by the frames isn't the right way to describe it, but like spots, you know, back in game one, trying to challenge after clap and like whiff punish it almost with roundhouse, and then you know, trading with it in these sort of weirder situations that were, I don't want to say knowledge checky, but you saw that IDOM sort of clocked into the fact that if the clap was covering IDOM, it was making it harder for Book to engage. And Book ultimately just started backdashing and not dealing with the clap at all.
Yeah, honestly, IDOM is the best Laura player at using that Thunderclap. I mean, I have never seen anybody use it as surgically as IDOM.
I mean, I'll give you IDOM is the best Laura player. End of sentence. That's it.
Yeah,
there's the story. Ship it, print it. There's your byline.
It's the craziest thing because I mean, the Thunderclap has a lot of startup, and you know, you're worried if you use it next to somebody, they'll just jab you. When IDOM reads that you're scared to touch a button, when he's conditioned you with that way, he throws out the Thunderclap at point blank ranges, and that just catches a lot of people off guard. And oh my God, is this the match?
It is.
Oh boy, I hope Rob's recovered from last night. Hope he's feeling all right.
Yeah. Hollywood, Rob TV versus Broly Legs.
Look, Rob definitely made a name for himself on the Street Fighter League, you know, performing very well there. And after watching Rob play a bunch on Street Fighter League, I told myself he has the potential to become one of the best in the country, honestly. And he's definitely put himself into that position. I mean, he is clearly the strongest player in the Midwest region, right? All the CPT Midwest has been basically Rob domination, basically. And so, you know, he's a very, very strong player, obviously working his way very much as a personality content creator as well.
That was the other thing that I was going to say is, like, on top of everything else, you know, just the charisma and, you know, the ability to market oneself in that way and, you know, be more than just a player and a competitor. Not just, you know, strive to be one of the best as a player, but to, you know, provide educational and informative content.
And to kind of play the role of the heel a little bit.
Very good at it.
Yeah,
that's a hard line to toe.
Oh, yeah.
It's very hard to do, because, like, the concept of a heel is in a space where, like, there is that fourth wall, and we don't necessarily have that in this community, so it's very hard to play that role effectively.
And not actually become the actual heel, you know? For sure. And so, you know, love what Rob has been doing for the community and love what he's been doing for the scene, setting up a lot of these rivalries and really just, you know, talking about a lot of subjects that a lot of people don't talk about a lot. So it's really kind of neat. And Rob is going to go with the Karin, of course. Broly Legs, we saw with the Chun-Li earlier. And, of course, we've talked about Chun-Li's normals, how good they are in neutral. She is one of the only characters that can really cause, you know, characters like Karin and Cammy who just dominate neutral. Chun-Li could definitely challenge them and keep up with them.
Yeah, and with the changes made to Karin in this last patch, the additional recovery on that low forward, it's that much harder to rely on it. You can't wish punish with it. So what that's going to mean in a matchup like this one is, you know, you need to actually bait out these limbs from Chun, or you just need to choose to walk in and play at a closer range, which means you need to get through those limbs from Chun. We're seeing Rob is playing fairly effectively at that. There's that EX legs coming out from Broly Legs.
I mean, look, even though that crouching medium kick is whip punishable, more whip punishable, all you have to do is just never miss it, dude. Don't whip it. Nice. Broly trying to take this round here, but you got to be careful. The way that Karin can come back on you very, very quickly is scary. So just bust out with the 3-frame EX lightning kick from Chun-Li.
We take those. Rob was hammering away at that sweep. Wanted sweep activate. Didn't want to activate on hit though. Wanted the mix up. And I love that Broly Legs. It seemed like Broly Legs had made the decision to be like, I'm just not going to block low. Eventually you're going to do something else. And then I get the bust out. Bust out he did. Speaking of bust out, Rob with the bust out EX reversal.
Yeah, so a lot of times when you block a jump attack, you're like, dang it, I should have anti-aired. And so a lot of people will EX after blocking that jump attack. And the stun on the back throw, of course, Rob, no! Okay.
Oh, finding the throw. And we see the laughs. They're having some good fun with it.
Rob is just like, I don't know what happened, man. I don't know what happened. But taking game number 1, again, 2 out of 3 here. So,
and I believe these two were opposite seeds on their pool, which means that this may well be to get out of the pool and winners.
Okay. And again, just so people remember, it is 3 out.
Yes.
And so for winners finals, regardless of who wins or loses, they both make it out of the pools. Just one of them does it on the winner side, one of them does it on the loser side.
Oh, finding that low forward. Nothing after it. Back roundhouse anti-air coming off of Broly Legs, playing a super solid round so far.
Yep, this is the winners finals. At this point in time, most of the matches that we're watching will be winners finals of their pool.
The roundhouse anti-air working out preemptively to catch Rob for trying to get out. And the stand fierce.
Remember when that button was like unpunishable in like 5 frames or whatever in season 1? That button just rained terror on everybody. Still an amazingly strong button.
Absolutely. They gave that the 4 frames too. But hey, like you said, with the whiff recovery only matters if you whiff.
And now here we go. Broly Legs gets the crush counter. Goes straight into the spinning bird kick combo. Okay, gonna back off, not be too. Oh, wow, that actually stopped the neutral jump. We've seen how powerful Broly, he's close enough for the punish on the sweep. He's gonna get big damage here. This is not gonna be enough to kill. So Broly needs to come up with another sequence here. No resources left, no anti-air. The throw from Broly Legs, and he ties it up 1-1. And again, you see the two players chatting, friendly with each other, you know, keep all the rivalries in the game.
Yeah, and I think Broly Legs did a great job of constructing the ground game that time. It felt like Rob really didn't get to run away with it as much. I feel like Rob had to use shoulder and V-skill a lot in the first game to sort of compete on the ground. Ooh, there, speaking of.
Right.
V-skill. All right, Rob is in, backs off a little bit.
Yeah,
again, no anti-air. Rob has not had a lot of anti-airs ready to go now. It is scary to try to anti-air Chun-Li.
Oh, wake up EX SBK. Oh, wow, we just had the bar, the V-trigger rather, to go off of the low strong, but Rob back in the driver's seat, poking with that low forward. There's the activation on the sweep. Gray Life adding up. We're going to be able to close out. We don't need to spend the bar either, so we're carrying that CA into the next round. This is set point for Rob to get out of the pools and winners.
Is that gonna hit? It did. Oh, okay. The first hit actually missed, it looked like, and the rest of it juggled. But do you want to spend it that early? You know, now you have no resources for a lot of other tools. This means Broly's gonna have a lot more leeway to throw out fireballs and such. But looks like Rob is not having any problems right now. He is going in.
I think, you know what? There's something to be said that you get the CA that early, you get a healthy life lead, and now you're starting to build EX back. Because it's not like every hit after that is you're losing resources technically by sitting on them. The next hit will be stun. That's going to be the stun on the throw. Are we going to have the damage? This is going to go to the...
No! Oh no! Oh no!
Bust out.
Not like this!
Sweep activate.
That's safe on block. What's the mix-up? Oh my god, it's a trade!
We're going to the last round.
It's a trade! It's the final game, final round! Last game, last round here. Broly Legs with that combo drop there was so nerve-wracking, but he's managed to clutch it out anyway. And again, all that meter spent early from Rob. I very rarely see those early supers like that pay off for players. I was really surprised that's what he went with.
You see Broly Legs back to being active on the ground. Rob was actually getting away with dashing in a little bit.
Ooh.
No, a fireball, a rare fireball out of Broly Legs, and it gets jumped in on.
Okay, the throw, and here comes the Rob pressure. Another
I
throw.
See two. Do I see 3?
Nope. Oh, you got snatched out of the air. Activation, yeah. Wow, nicely done. And he's going to be able to get the juggle off of this. Good damage and a lot of trigger left.
Oh my god.
He has gone for meaty, heavy kick a lot, and Rob has woken up with the crouch light punch so many times to interrupt it.
We're getting very close to chip as an option for Rob. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah,
this
chip.
Is anybody's game.
If he does not block, oh my god.
Oh.
Watch out for EX Lightning Kick. EX Lightning Kick is such a danger. Rob is looking for that chip. He went for the EX Lightning Kick.
Oh, that's gonna do
Oh
it.
my god.
So
a
little
scramble
left.
situation. And Broly Legs is gonna send Rob TV to loser's bracket.
I love the presence of mind there Broly Legs stuck out, gets the trade, right? But then still commits to the sequence after and sticks out the low forward that catches Rob out of the scramble. It's like Broly Legs in that moment, full commitment. The path of nothing. Found the Hado, walked forward. That was it. Just only forward. That's the only direction. And it's like, I'm either going to die off of this exchange or I'm going to win. So I'm hitting that low forward and finishing the job.
And again, the situation there at the end, the win condition was Rob was get Broly to block something.
Yep.
And if I get you to block something, super, you die.
I was waiting for like shoulder into CA and just doing that.
And that's why I was saying you got to watch out for the EX Lightning Kick.
Because
remember,
minus frames.
And as I said, that thing is a 3-frame startup. So what Broly was like trying to do was interrupt whatever offense that Rob was going to try to cancel into the super. That's exactly what happened. But they traded, and then afterwards, Rob did not recover in time. I mean, Broly might have recovered mentally 1 or 2 frames before Rob did, and so he got the low jab afterwards, combo into the bird kick for the win. What a match! And again, nobody's brackets are correct.
Nope.
Because you're just wrong. I mean, I know a ton of people have picked Rob probably to make it out of his pools on the winner's side. And here he is.
I mean, it was number 1 seed in the pool. So even just statistically speaking, right? Like the people that put the brackets together, that was their belief. That's what seeds are for.
Oh yeah.
Number 1 seed in the pool, out in losers. Big ups to Broly Legs. What a great performance. We're gonna take a breather after that one. Get some fluids in me. Drink some of this water. But we'll be back real quick. Keep it locked and loaded, y'all. More Street Fighter coming up.
Welcome back, everybody. It's EVO 2022. You know that. I'm sure you've been watching for some time already. If you've just joined us, you are just in time because we've got some great matches coming up for you guys. I'm James Chen.
Brad Muse here, rocking it with him. And yeah, what a match coming up. Revilo versus Luffy. Let's talk about Luffy. Let's talk about the US-EU show match from last night and how bad Luffy made me feel as an American watching that.
Okay, fair enough, yeah. No, I mean, look, Luffy is a former EVO champion.
Of course.
Right? And, you know, it's always one of those situations, again, where he won it with Rose, and everybody was like, Rose is not that good. He wins. Man, Rose is so cheap.
That's always going to be the way.
Yeah.
That's always going to be the way. What's funny is, despite the fact that I think Rose is in a pretty good spot in 5 right now, still rocking the Mika. Hasn't made the switch over that we've seen a lot of other legacy Rose players, like Filipino Man, for example, made that jump over in this patch. Because, you know, Rose is in a much better spot.
Right. I mean, I know how Luffy likes to choose a lot of his characters. I think he probably still imagines that Mika has a larger breadth of options on offense, is how I'll say it. But look, Luffy also has just years and years and years of experience with Mika right now, so
yeah.
And Revilo, of course, very, very strong science player as well, so going with the Zeku.
They're playing a very slow game right now. Luffy finding the throw. Jump in, how's the sequence going to be? Neutral jump does get anti-air. It has to spin the V-reversal. Revilo doesn't want to deal with the plus frame situation off of the drop kick.
Yeah, it's always one of the scariest situations. You've seen some players. I mean, I know that was like one of Justin Wan's strategies against Mika was V-reversal every single time you block a drop kick because you just don't want to deal with that at all.
Right, okay, there's that V-Skill 2. There's a Jamal Cruz was on earlier, rocking that V-Skill 1 with the Zeku. There's a reason I think we see the V-Skill 2 much more frequently, is it helps to improve Zeku's presence on the screen.
And it's animals. It's cute animals.
Well, I mean,
How can you go wrong with cute animals?
That's always a plus. Trying to play this ground game. Oh, I like the choice. It's unfortunate how it ended up being executed. Finding the off the wall, getting out of the corner, but so much space surrendered. I feel like Revilo should have used that opportunity to press the issue a little bit. Yeah,
well, he's got the corner back here, gets the EX. Oh boy. Is this gonna? No, it's gonna kill. it's dead. And you know what? It's interesting because the philosophy that Fudo has with Armika was that he just uses the super as a one-time all-in uppercut. And that is exactly how Luffy just used it right there. The one-time all-in uppercut, and it worked out. And you know, if you're Revilo, you're like, oh, you know what? Maybe he'll wake up with EX Flying Peach, and I'll just get hit, and I'll still be alive. But nope.
God.
Luffy went for the super down. Side switch, beautiful.
That was such a clever play, and then that V-reversal on the drop kick, once again, you just spoke to, you know, how common an approach that is. No, a little bit too far away for the follow-up, even on the counter hit standing strong. What a shame. It may well have led to stun, and it certainly would have led to more impressive corner carry here for Revilo. We are back to neutral.
Ooh, here we go.
do find the whiff punish on the command grab.
God, what happened? Just did not get the special move out of the after the transform. And now you got to deal with a Nadeshko. Nice jump away. Got away from it here with a good life lead. Gonna get the jump in. And it turned out to be a cross-up. I think Luffy crossed himself up. He just kind of walked forward a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like maybe there was an expectation that it would be. I don't really know. What I do know is that Revilo, no, the crouch jab tick into the side switch. The little critter doesn't matter if you get scooped through it.
Yeah, and Miko's like, I don't care if you're young or old, I'm gonna toss you anyway. Catching him out of the transfer. Oh, nice, just a raw heavy kick for the crush counter. Gets the juggle all the way to the corner in 2 sequences now.
V-shift into the V-break, needs a little bit of space. The Hawk dropping off the explosives. It only does so much. Wow, that is here working great. Right into the, that was a really nebulous, scrambly left-right. Luffy just going for the throw, and this is such a healthy life lead. Slide activation into Nadeshko. We just find the regular throw, and it is now set point for Luffy.
Always want to go for the regular throws at the end because if the opponent guesses right and jumps away or backdashes, they can't punish it. And obviously they can tech it, but you just rather be safer.
Sure, I mean, and then also you can load an option select behind that regular throw. So, I mean, there's no reason not to play 2 options instead of 1.
Okay, back throw into the corner. But no, oh, actually he's young Zeku, no DP.
That was the pristine spot for an anti-air out of old Zeku, so it's unfortunate that we're stuck in young. Going for the view reversal once again, immediately back into, oh my god, I love that from Luffy. The switch to old, and Luffy just makes that change. Oh, you're old now? I'm in there. Young or old, you can catch these hands. No ID required.
Oh, but look at this. Revilo got the jump out and now has the pressure too far away
Plus
for the
whip,
throw.
Though, we're okay.
Okay. Oh, go too far away. He's trying to throw so much, and then again, no anti-air, trying to jump away. But did Luffy just go cancel into the light peach or the heavy peach in his face? That was the craziest read ever, or I don't know. Like, I'm trying to logically deduce how that played out there. Canceling a move into the peach to catch the back jump, was that actually what was predicted, or?
Maybe.
I don't.
Maybe, I don't know. What I do know is I think what was very clear for me was that I think one of Revilo's biggest problems in that set was just it felt like, I don't know that I want to go so far as to say that they were in the wrong Zeku form in the wrong spots, but you could see the problem of being caught in young Zeku in exactly the spot where Luffy's going to jump. And to Luffy's credit, I feel like Luffy played a grounded game and mixed the hell out of Revilo and played super range 0 when Revilo was old Zeku. But as soon as it was young Zeku, much more willing to play out, much more willing to go and jump in order to generate offense rather than necessarily needing to try to play a ground game. And the spots that Luffy was standing at, Revilo kept getting, you know, standing strong even on counter hits, but it would be so far away that Revilo didn't seem either ready or properly equipped to find a whole lot after that.
Yeah, you know, I mean, honestly, Luffy was definitely looking at the form, the stance that Revilo was in. So, you know, it wasn't even just that, you know, as soon as he saw he was young, he's like, okay, I can just jump more now. I don't have to worry about the DP. So he was definitely taking advantage of it and keeping track of which mode that Revilo was in the entire time. And so Luffy's going to move on forward, not going to be surprised, and I do believe that was probably one of the winners finals again of the pools as well. And coming up next, we're going to have a former Capcom Cup champion, Gotcha-kun.
Nothing but treats for you guys today. We're bringing you the best.
And remember how we talked about, you know, nothing is better than animals as well? Well, Gotcha-kun is going up against Rotten Seagull.
I think that's my so far, that's my favorite name of today. That's why I always like to give one. I'm like, hey, congratulations. You're my favorite name of the day. Thank you for letting me say your name, Rotten Seagull.
Rotten Seagull. And, yeah, I mean, Yeah, there's definitely some sort of joke off of Rotten Seagull, and I haven't been able to figure it out right now.
You're trying to formulate it. We'll see what's going to happen. Is James going to find the punchline, or are we going to start the match? Which happens first? Make sure you spend your channel points on the bet. See what's going to happen. We'll pay that out.
I mean, the way my brain is working right now is I really hope the guy's name is Steven, so I can call him Steven Seagull. That's all I wanted.
I mean, if that's where you want to go with it.
But Agachikun, of course.
Rotten Seagull is a fan. It's the name of a black metal cover band of Flock of Seagulls.
Is it? Is that really?
No.
Or no? Oh, okay, dude, you sounded so serious when you said that. I was like, holy crap. Okay, okay.
They exclusively do lo-fi black metal covers of the 80s band Flock of Seagulls. That's all they do.
Man. But Gachikun, of course, former Capcom Cup champion. And again, one of my favorite things, reading these stories, Gachikun at one point in time was like, I can't really play fighting games for a career or anything like that.
Evidently not.
And then he went to Red Bull Kumite, got second place to Nemo, had the run of his life. Red Bull took notice. They put him on the team, and he ends up winning Capcom Cup, $250,000. Life-changing, able to buy a home for him and his wife and such. It was just like, it's just another one of those great feel-good stories. And it's like my favorite part of the fighting game community are these feel-good stories, and how much fighting games have helped people and changed people. And, it's why I get so emotional about all this,
Sure. I mean, it's something that there's this, fantastic, wonderful, and nurturing community here for you. And it's all fundamentally driven by the love of what's been happening here and the celebration of this spirit of competition.
Okay, now that I see Rotten Seagull is...
I am loving the color coordination that is happening here.
Now that I see him play Fong, I know I've seen this player before, and I can't remember where now. And his name is actually Steven? Is his name actually Steven?
No way. No way.
Dude,
oh my God.
Dude, that is definitely where the name comes from.
Rotten Steven Seagull.
Dude, he actually is Steven Seagull. I can't believe it.
It's gonna take you to the bank, Gachikun. The blood bank. But we're gonna have to see actually right now, Rotten Seagull getting taken out.
Yeah, no, Gachikun is definitely doing the Gachikun thing here. And rushing down with that Rashid. Definitely a character that he's been using this entire time. A great trade for Gachikun. Just needs one more hit, but can Rotten Seagull get anything started here? And again, heavy kicks from Fong, only +1. So if you have a 3-frame button, challenge afterwards with the 3-frame.
Yeah, I mean, with the poison ticking, it's definitely, you can start to make that comeback, if you play slow and methodically enough, but Gachikun had so much life to wager with and only needed, the slightest of touches in order to close out that round.
Good reaction on that one when he threw the fireball and saw that Seagull actually command dashed through it, and he was able to roll forward as well to avoid the punish. Oh, crush.
All right. I love that we keep seeing this EX command dash in order to get out of the corner coming out of Rotten Seagull. Yeah, Gachikun getting us back to the corner. Stand jab, no big follow-up, but there's no escape from that EX tornado.
Yeah, I mean, he was trying to interrupt it. You can't let... Rashid canceling into EX tornadoes is never going to really be a true block string. And so you want to try to challenge it, interrupt him, stop it from coming out, but unfortunately did not attack fast enough. You see a lot of players do that. But as I said, Rotten Seagull not fast enough on the draw there.
Yeah, and there's something to be said that I can't help but feel like it's unfortunate that so much EX bar is being spent just to try to get out of the corner and not really getting anything of it. Spending the V reversal that time, I actually think I prefer that a little more. I don't think the V trigger had a whole lot of impact. And I mean, we only saw it even activated round 1 of game 1. Gachikun still having this corner offense here. Checking the command dash once again, and so Reddy even has the air target combo, just shy of closing it out, but the tick throw will do it for that round, and Gachikun on set point to make it out of their pool in the winner's side as well.
Yeah, again, Gachikun. We talked about, one of the which player we pick from the Asia regions, to represent and have the most likely chance. There's so many. We mentioned Daigo, but Gachikun is definitely right up there as well.
Okay. getting some damage this time. This is probably the best round that Rotten Seagulls had so far, but unfortunately that off the wall throws off Rotten Seagulls' attempt at an anti-air time. The throw through the EX command dash. We had to spend another one, but that's two bars
too
now.
slow, but no punish from Rotten Seagull.
Okay, we just raw activate. That's how you're feeling, Gachikun. I'm here for it. Finding the anti-air right into the regular throw. That gives the life lead.
Oh no, that's going to be a confirm. Beautiful confirm by Gachikun. Just needs a throw. And there it is. Gachikun is going to advance forward on the winner's side. And Steven Seagull is going to be making it on the loser's side into semifinals.
Okay, that means that getting to say Rotten Seagull, all the fantastic Steven Seagull memes that I'm sure are coming out, that's the gift that keeps on giving. Somebody else gets to do that later, too.
I really hope that's the reason why he called himself Seagull, because he wanted to be as a pun on Steven Seagull.
I don't think that's a thing that you step into by accident.
Right, exactly. So
at the very least, if you do step into it by accident, you either change your name or you learn to embrace it.
Yes, exactly. It's one of the ones that somebody else gave you, and you're just like, all right, I'll roll with it, you know?
Sometimes somebody gives you the tag, and it's like, oh, that's it.
Dude,
that's my name now.
One of my favorite stories is there was a amazing MVC2 player, very, very little kid with glasses.
Okay.
And he would show up at the arcades, and Vi started calling him Potter. And, you know.
That took me a second to be like, Potter, what?
Yeah,
glasses.
And so he was Harry Potter for the longest time, and that was not the nickname he wanted. He wanted to use the handle Robust. And I remember at EVO running an MVC2 bracket, and I was like, Robust. And here comes Potter, and I'm like, he's like, that's me. And I was like, oh, that's you? And I cross out Robust.
The disrespect.
And I write Potter in there. He has never been able to escape that nickname.
You said, that's not your name.
That's not my name. That's not my name.
Well, you can make a name for yourself in the Street Fighter League, US, Japan, and Europe, all coming at you later this year on Capcom Fighters or Capcom Fighters _JP for more Street Fighter League action. Super excited that this is going to be coming back.
And I'm so happy for Europe scene again.
Yes.
They deserve this and so much more. Those guys have been doing so much work out there. Really hope Logan and crew and, you know, all the commentators out there get to do a lot of work here for SFL Europe as well. So shout outs to the entire EU crew. This is long overdue, honestly, long overdue.
You know what else is overdue? The Capcom authorized mobile game Street Fighter Duel available for download in China, and there is a global version coming soon. That's long overdue. How long have we been talking about this game? The Epic Legend is reborn on mobile. You can download Street Fighter Duel now and fight for each other and join the journey with millions of other players to become the best fighter. Look at that artwork. That is clean.
Would you say that this game is overdue? That's a low-hanging fruit one. That one's definitely a low-effort pun. I apologize.
You found that pun and you said, "Here you go, Brad. Hold this out."
Literally, right?
Yep.
Just added the L. There you go.
Found it figurative and literal. I talked about the Cafe ID, the box. I don't know. I am not familiar with the player who is sitting down right now, but I saw in the, on the monitors that we have a couple of different camera feeds, and I saw them walking up with this cardboard box contraption with their stick or controller, what have you, underneath.
I love it. And this is not new tech either. Heard the stories. People know Mike Watson.
Sure.
Very Super Arcade, used to run Super Arcade in Southern California. Another old school player named Jeff Schaefer. I know a lot of people know of Jeff Schaefer and have heard about some of the stuff that he's done. Jeff Schaefer, if I'm not mistaken, and Mike, you might have to correct me if I'm wrong about this one, but Jeff Schaefer would accuse Mike Watson of looking at buttons, and he literally came to the arcade with a box. And when he put his hands on the cabinet, he put the box over his hands so that Mike could not see his controllers.
But then, did that make a difference in their sets?
That I don't know. I'm gonna have to.
That's
you know
the
what?
important detail, because if you drop that accusation on a person to the point that you bring a physical way to intervene and be like, this is such a problem, I'm gonna solve it, and you still hold that L?
I mean, look, Jeff Schaefer was one of the best at that time, as well as Mike Watson. So it would probably still go either way. But
so I have a guess based on the shirt that was revealed when the weighted clothing came off. I assume that here on the player one side, playing the dictator is going to be Picaro.
Okay. Yeah, again, we've seen these names a lot on the CPT.
Yeah.
And I don't have a face to put to a lot of this.
That is one of the weirdest things about coming off of online, is so many people that you only know as a handle.
And you're right, Picaro, nice guess, right? I mean, nice deduction right there. But on the other side is from China is M, which is interesting to me because M and Ding Chunqiu have both made it out here from China. And I heard a lot of the Chinese KOF players were not able to make it out here.
Really?
So there's no Shanghai in the KOF tournament. So I'm wondering how some of the China players made it out here and why some of them were not able to travel out here.
Yeah, I do not rightly know. What I do know is that Devil's Reverse got absolutely sniped with that DP coming out from M, rocking the Luke. With the V-Skill one, we were talking about the V-Skill 2s that we were seeing earlier today. This is the more traditional loadout that you associate with Luke.
Yeah, this is definitely standard Luke loadout here.
Backing way off Picaro with a very slight life lead and very willing to slow this down just a hair. EX head stomp. As I say that we're slowing it down, Picaro picks it right back up. That's going to be the V-Trigger 2 activation. We don't even need the Psycho Crusher after. We're able to close out the damage just as is. First round on the board here for Picaro.
All right, so Picaro looking strong here from the South America region. And again, South America with a lot to prove as well. They have been really showing up and doing work. I know, for example, Capcom Cup was almost every year has had its representation of Brazilian players as well. Always shout out to the region down there. I mean, I've managed to travel down to South America a couple of times, and you talk to them, the things that they have to go through to have these tournaments, to travel to all these different places and to even try to make a name for themselves, it is a lot of work down there. So for all the players down there who have been putting in that work, who have been traveling and organizing tournaments and stuff, you are the true heroes, dude.
Finding that back throw there is M. This is a really good position on the screen. Plenty of resources. We're not going to find the DP. No, in fact, we're going to get the crush counter stand roundhouse. Picaro chasing down with the Psycho Crusher. We're not going to get a whole lot out of it.
Is this going to kill?
Trigger scaling, you're definitely alive.
Oh, by a mile, too. So this is a dangerous situation. Oh, no, he didn't know which side.
Nobody knew. Smart, so the back jump gets away from the command grab that was coming out from Picaro, getting away with that V-Skill store. Picaro is rocking V-Skill too, so I mean, we could see some cheeky stuff, but I feel like normally that's covered by EX Blast. So until Picaro, Jesus, you could just jump forward roundhouse too. I'm sitting here, I'm doing mathematics, some advanced calculus, charting some trajectories. How are you going to build the meter for EX Blast? Jump forward roundhouse.
Dude, he did the IDOM strategy. I'll just jump and get a hit and win the round and win the game. Oh, man. Definitely. You know what? I know, honestly, as a player, that always feels nice, being gifted that kind of a round in that way, because you're like, I'm just going to jump. Shoot, they didn't commit to anything. Oh, they just ate my jump kick.
Right.
Oh,
sometimes,
cool.
Sometimes
Okay.
it works. You take the gift if you can.
Exactly. All right.
Back to, I don't know if this is going to be a character change.
Interesting, M, you saw right down there, getting some advice from a friend or perhaps a teammate.
Maybe. Yeah, no real change here. I wondered, I mean, we see pretty commonly, I think with a lot of Luke players, that, Luke being the newest character in the title, that, a lot of people who are playing Luke have other characters they can defer to if the matchup is not going in their way.
No, but it is going to be sticking with Luke, so M going to continue forward with Luke.
Round one.
Picaro feeling confident here, up 1-0 over M in a truly international winners finals.
Finding that standing strong, nothing after, but we'll take a little bit that we have going fishing with that stand fierce, going for the hook. Not going to find it. Low forward, no hit confirm out of M.
There's that standing median kick from Luke, which I like to describe as deceptively long range. And now gets the forward throw here towards the corner. Just mistimed that forward knee. Oh.
Activation going right to lay the trap and then set the bomb.
All right, now what side? Oh, I love the V reversal. Just defuse the bomb. What a smart decision to make.
I think a lot of Dictator players at this point have really interesting setups to generate mix-ups off of the bomb. So if you get a guaranteed opportunity to get away from it, you should absolutely take that. Hikaru has little enough life that M could make this happen on the right hit.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that'll do it. How much do you spend?
Yeah,
you do have to spend everything.
Just go for the whole thing right there. Guarantee, make sure you get the kill here. And not a bad decision to make. Obviously, you had the option of going with a couple of EXs, but you just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Just take it, take it.
So that Sandblaster is slowly inching forward, finding that Psycho Axe. The throw game from Picaro has been really good. Oh, no.
Whoa, we tried to hit him, but it wasn't even the EX. The EX is the one that hits behind.
Well, that was, I wonder if that was Fierce. Maybe that was supposed to be, like, Crouching Fierce, but thumbed over the input. Nice life lead coming out from M right now, who does find the air-to-air, the anti-air trade on the Devil's Reverse, getting away from the command grab as well. This is a comfortable position for M to be in.
But honestly, that EX Devil's Reverse from Picaro has been doing a lot of work for himself. M has got to probably... Oh, well, never mind. Okay.
Love it.
Bust out with the EXDP.
Yeah, a lot of people love to use EX Blast as a party starter and just get in behind it, especially when you're using that V skill too. A lot of people will throw out EX Blast and then, treat it like a teleport mix-up, this left-right 50-50 at full screen or something to represent that teleport. But I love that M sees Blast and just knows, okay, that means forward, which means IDP.
Yep, I'm just going to use my invo, go right through that projectile, hit you coming forward because you're not blocking. And M takes that, and we're at 1-1 here. Again, this is winners finals of their pool. Both of them advance to the semis, so both of them play later today.
Yes.
But one does it in the winner's side, one does it on the loser's side.
And Mothership is telling me that this is going to be the last match that we're going to be bringing you today for these pools. So I hope y'all have been enjoying it. Get the most out of this last round.
And I hope you guys are enjoying a lot of things here at EVO. Obviously, this is EVO 5. There's a bunch of channels out there. There is some craziness going out in the crowd right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it at all. They can hear the crowd?
God, really?
Okay. So you guys can hear the crowd noise. Is that Mortal Kombat top 8 finishing up, I imagine?
I think it might be.
Yeah, there is definitely some noise going out there, and there is so much amazing fighting game action throughout all of EVO. Please take the time to watch and enjoy the games that you aren't even necessarily familiar with, because watching is just as good. You don't have to play the games to enjoy watching them.
But hey, first finish watching the last game of the last round of this pool. Which of these two players is going to be making it out in the winner's side? M in the driver's seat, slowly inching forward. Ooh, jump in fierce, connects as an air-to-air. And Picaro on the back foot.
Oh, nice defensive jump back, and he's going to get the activation here.
Oh.
Goes for the light kick because I think that M was expecting the command throw. Here we go, into the corner. Is the command throw coming? No.
I think that's the goal, because I wonder whether we could have spent the Crusher for a little bit more damage and stun if we wanted. EX Head Stomp to deal with the Sandblast. Nice. Finding the air-to-air target combo.
Oh boy.
Huge.
Time for some damage. Not even going to spend. Okay, just goes for the Cycle Crusher. Tries to go for the cross-up, but he was scared it was about to run out. So he did it a little too early.
If nothing else, getting out of the corner and making sure that you're still in the optimal screen position is absolutely enough. Picaro ultimately taking the round and now sitting on set point to make it out in the winner's side.
Back-to-back jump. Jumping up and down like a rabbit. And he's doing it a lot. He is definitely going crazy with these jumps right now. And yeah, he's just choosing to even anti-air that way. Not even with Light Punch. You'll normally see Bison players jump back with Light Punch as the anti-air. He's just going with a heavy kick. Plus,
oh my God.
yeah. Can't challenge.
Oh, shimmy coming out on hit. The next hit will be stunned. What's it gonna be? Look at these delays after the jab.
I got him the autocorrect DP.
It's the last round, James.
Final game, final round between Picaro and M to find out who makes it into the semis on winner's side.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Checking that forward dash, sticking out that crouching jab there is M. Wants to make sure that they don't end up on the back foot early like they did in the first round of this game.
Ooh. Trying to bust out of the corner is M right now. Picaro not trying to be too aggressive, but again, a lot of this neutral jumping from from Picaro. It's an interesting decision because, I mean, I wonder if that's the move that he's trying to stop with the neutral jump because, you know, Luke doesn't have a lot of, like, advancing forward dash punches.
No, I mean, it's the target, like his limbs just kind of do it, but I feel like Picaro's doing it in ranges where that's not what I would expect to come out. Double reverse gets a little bit cheeky. Picaro at the light.
Oh, that's gonna be big damage, and look at this, but you gotta watch out. Luke on full resources right now, and he just dishes out damage, but he might not have a chance to activate.
Yo, his hit and stand fierce, the hook brings you back.
No, that's punishable! That's punishable! Is he gonna go for an activation sequence here?
I imagine so.
No,
the standing short check, and Picaro jumps right up. Oh my God.
The relief, because he was like, oh, he was so scared. I mean, look, he was nervous in that situation. He was like,
of course.
oh, am I getting looped? Am I getting looped? But then actually, he challenged after the jump. The jump was high enough, and Picaro actually was like, no, I think we're in a situation where my 3-frame button can challenge, and it definitely worked. Even though M blocked the first one, he wasn't ready. He was caught by surprise and didn't block the second one. And so, again, both of them semifinals, but Picaro is the one who is making it on the winner's side.
Wow, what a tight match to round out this block. Nate, to round out the pools altogether, because I do believe we're going to be cutting to an hour break after this, and then when we come back, I think that was the last pools wave.
Yeah,
so I think I don't know if they would describe it as semis, but when we pick up in just an hour, it's going to be all the people that made it out of pools. I think they're calling it Wave 2 pools on the schedule, but the point is players like Picaro, players like Idom, everybody that you've been watching all day so far, they're all going to be back. The action is only going to get hotter.
Yeah, and again, if you want to follow along to see where all the players have gotten to, check out start.gg. You'll be able to find Evo there pretty quickly. It should be right there on the front page. Check out all the pools and see if your favorite players have made it out of their pools. And get ready for some amazing action coming up for the rest of this whole weekend. But again, our break, please take the time. Go and watch all of these amazing fighting games out there. Again, rising tide lifts all boats here. And
I love it.
Oh, man. And you know,
it's
just one of those situations where every fighting game has something to love. Every fighting game has something to enjoy. Whether, you know, even if it's not your game and you don't enjoy playing it, dude, take the time to find out why the players who do play it love the game and watch it and have fun. I mean, the crowd going wild out there. I'm still not sure what's going on, but
I hope we catch it.
Yeah, exactly. So again, just take the time, watch all these amazing fighting games out here, and the games are so good right now. So enjoy them all.
Yeah, there is nothing to add on top of that. I can think of no better send-off. It's been a genuine pleasure, James.
Thank you, Brad.
Enjoy the break, everybody.